it seems like we've gone live, but something's gone wrong somewhere. Your LinkedIn is playing up with me, so.
Yeah, because I'm trying to see it, and this is what I'm showing in the live for me. It's saying that this event will start soon.
Yeah, I know what's gone wrong. I don't know why it's got, you remember what happened yesterday? Same thing that happened yesterday. Basically, it seems to full of connection. I don't know why it's doing that, though. It's all right. Give me 1 second. I'll fix it.
Okay. Are you able to see people on your end?
If they're on YouTube, if they're on my YouTube, yeah.
But not LinkedIn, because Chris is on the link.
There yet.
Okay, I'm there. It's okay.
Yeah, don't worry.
We'll just start over once we get it reconnected.
I didn't know you could do this mid-event. It's really annoying. But we don't get annoyed. We just fix the problem and then we carry on with life, right? Yeah, so that should be fixed.
I came ready with my tea today, so I'm going to be calm.
Yeah, well, I haven't got my tea yet. I went to sleep. By what?
I got my tea from London.
11:49. I went to sleep this morning.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, we're live everywhere, right? If you refresh your screen,
okay,
when you come back, then you see that we're live.
Perfect.
Okay. I don't know why that rubbish happens. That's really annoying.
Oh, that was Ollie. Okay. I think we're live now. Let's see.
Can you see it?
Let's see. I'm testing on here. Tap to join. There we go.
We're live.
Yeah, hi, Chris.
Live.
Thank you. Okay.
I better play. Shall I play the song again?
Yes. While you have the song playing, can you drop the link for the StreamYard for anyone that wants to come up? I am going to ask you guys to have your cameras on while you're talking, but go ahead and start the music and then go ahead and drop the link while the music's playing.
All right, so let's do it.
Second of your time, I could tell you stories about my life. I've seen hope and I've seen struggle through these eyes. Yeah. So give me just 1 second of your time.
1 second to let it breathe. Just a second is all I need. When you're questioning everything you've believed and you're fighting with the devil in your dreams. 1 second, just let me be. Let it pour, let it rain, let it bleed. Heavy is the head, but the pressure makes you heave. So you bill it, cause the spirit of depression never sleeps. And I am not the poster boy for mental health. I need peace of mind, I need to center self. The cover of the enemy, that shit made me resent myself. There's people trying to spread the word and people that pretend to help. But how am I complaining when I'm blessed? I get this guilty feeling on the days I'm at my best, when all these demons that I carry get to messing with my head. So could you give me just a second just to get it off my chest, please?
Of your time, I could tell you stories about my life. I've seen hope and I've seen struggle through these eyes. So give me just 1 second of your time.
Lie. 1 second to recollect. Just a second is all I get. I can't tell where I'm heading, I'm out of breath. All these early premonitions on my death. But I knew he had a plan. Lord knows I'ma do it if I can. When I take a stand, they say I'm ruining my brand, but I could never give a fuck, that's just my duty as a man. So if I go on stage at Bricks and tell the PM she's a bitch, then that's exactly what it is, and I don't want no bloody stripes for it. Mummy always said if there's a cause, then I should fight for it. So yeah, I understand, but I don't think that I'm alright with it. Like yeah, cool, I get it. Yeah, I know I said it, but there's people fighting every day and they don't get the credit. But it's cool, man, it's just one of the stresses in my mind. To get this off my chest, I need a second of your time, please.
One second of your time.
We're back. We're live. Everything's working. How are you doing, Coach K?
I'm great. I'm feeling really good. I'm excited about the new year. How are you?
Yeah, it's a New Year's a new year, right? I know it's another day on the journey to greatness, if you ask me. But I do always think like that, so it's all good. No,
I
it's good.
noticed.
I've had these 2 weeks off. Do I feel refreshed? I don't know. Yeah, I think I feel refreshed.
Maybe you need a different type of vacation. Maybe you need to like leave. Maybe you need a real holiday.
Yeah, I agree with that entirely. Going to go and lay in the sun in the Caribbean, is where that's what I need to do. I'll do that halfway through the year, I think. But
not to mention,
it's a nice.
It's so cold there. Like you need to go get you some sun.
Don't be like that. Our houses are heated, so it's all right.
No,
it's cold today.
I would not settle for that, Annie. I will not. Like, I don't know who it's going to be, but it's between you and Paulette that I'm going to show up in London and literally drag you guys out the house and say, listen, fun police.
It's all right. It's all right. No, Angelica is coming here first, I think. She's going to beat all of you. She's coming in February. So,
nice.
I have to go up to London. That's gonna be a job, but it's what it is, right?
Take the train down. It's not going to be a job. Take the train. I know how to navigate there. Nice try, Annie.
I'm not taking the train. I'm not taking the train. I was telling Lisa yesterday. I didn't buy a nice, expensive car to take a train. I love my car. It says it's time with my baby. It's time with my beloved.
So how 6 hours each way.
6 hours. 6 hours each way. Thereabouts.
Oh, it's so worth it. It's worth it. Angelica is worth it.
Yeah. No, it's fine. I suppose the question for me is whether I drive back the same day, which is unlikely. I go places. I've been further. I still come back on the same day. But
get a hotel and stay in London for the day.
Yeah, for the half a day in the evening. But I love my home. I love getting back home. I just want to get back home always.
That's your
I can't stand being anywhere. Yeah, but I can't stand being anywhere where I can see my house. If I'm out of the country, that's one thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if I'm in the country, I'm like, a few hours I'll be home. And then I tend to get on my way and drive. I just drive. Yeah, it's so good. It's so good. How was your New Year? Never mind mine. How was your New Year?
I was like, it was good. I passed out 3 minutes before midnight. I almost made it. Like I had a party for one. I was planning on going live and doing something like talking to people so I could stay up to midnight. But I'm such an early riser that nighttime is really not my thing. And so I'm like up. My son was gone. He had traveled to another city with his girlfriend. And so I'm like, oh, it's going to be so cool. I'm going to listen to records and 45s and music and talk to people. And I literally had a party for one. And I partied myself out 3 minutes. The last time I looked at the clock, it was 11:57 and my body just shut down. It was like time of death.
Well, no, you must have start as you mean to go on, right?
Huh?
So you can start as you mean to go on.
Oh yeah, I rested well.
A restful night, a restful, chill way to enter the new year. Wake up in the morning and think, yeah, I feel refreshed. I'm good to go.
Absolutely. I am going to invite people that's watching. I just want to say this really quick. I want to encourage people that's watching today because my show is so different than I'm not as professional, let's just say that, as some of the shows and audios. Like this is a real life. I actually live while I'm doing this. And so I want to invite people to try something new. Today, I mixed 2 different hibiscus teas with some pineapple juice. So this is my drink for today. To try something new, and I got a bowl of pineapples that what do you call it? These are decording when you pull the inside of the pineapple out. Is that decording it? I don't know. But try something to drink something good.
I'm laughing.
Eat something
no,
good for you.
you listen to her, my friends. Try something new. I'm not. So the British ways. Don't do anything new. Don't try new tea.
That is not
don't do
British way. That is the anyway. This tea came from Britain.
This is
what
British
do you mean?
way. I'm not doing There's nothing new I'm gonna do today.
You see
do
this
something new? What do you mean?
This tea
comfort
is
zone is called. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. Well, I guess there's tea, there's PG tips, and then there's PG tips. Well, take your pick, right? If you PG tips, drink PG tips. Don't be drinking Thai food. Who's here? Michelle. We see you, Michelle. Welcome. Okay, then Michelle in the him. Until Michelle fell asleep. Okay.
Michelle has
that's I tell you, conversation to have.
Michelle. Thank you, Michelle.
Yeah, lemongrass. What's that? If I'm not trying to drink grass, I go outside and suck the weed in the garden, right? I'm not that lemongrass. Michelle, seriously. Anyway, welcome. Happy New Year to you and everyone that's here. So I'm glad that at least we have an audience. So Coach K, I talk less on these ones. So you tell us what we're here for. You don't get to talk less
because I'm gonna if it's just me and you until someone come, I get to keep poking at you. You're you remind me of my big brother so much.
I can resist and just pretend I don't hear you, right?
No resisting. Ollie, where are you? I see you in the comments, but I don't see you in the backstage. I do want to invite anyone that's open to joining the conversation because I am a professional conversationalist. I don't necessarily enjoy talking at people. I do enjoy the comments, and so if you're not able to come on stage, I completely respect that, and the show will go on. And unlike some of the other lives, it's not about the number of people that come, because if I have one person in the room, for me, that's enough. But having more than one is a blessing. And so I don't take anything or anybody for granted. I really want to be upfront about my intentions. And so a lot of this room today is going to come down to intentionality and transparency about where I am, what I have going, what I'm doing, who I'm looking to work with, who I'm looking to collaborate with. I sent an inbox. I saw Amika here. Welcome, Amika. I sent you an inbox not knowing until immediately after that you had relocated to Mississippi, but everything I said still stands. I think you're an amazing person, and Mississippi is so fortunate to have you. And so although we will miss you here in Texas, Mississippi has definitely gained an amazing person in their population. And so I look forward to still following the things you have going on. Hi, Zahar. Nice. You came up last time and you did not get to connect. And I don't know if you remember what you wanted to speak about, but definitely feel free to come and join us today. Annie, did you drop the StreamYard in the chat? Did you get a chance to do that?
The StreamYard link is on the event page. I can drop it in the chat now.
Oh, okay.
You have to copy and paste it. Otherwise, if you can find your way to the event page, then it's much easier. Of course, and then go to the comments and just click on the link there, and off you go.
Because clearly, I don't know what I'm doing, and Annie is here as my big brother and my guide and my media and writer. He's doing so many amazing things, and so I'm not going to poke at him too much, but I will never not poke at Annie.
I love William. I see you. Hey, William, of course, thank you for joining us. Who else? All right.
So thank you, Annie. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate it.
Thank you. You know what you're doing. It's all right. Lewis, I see you too. Ollie's hiding the audience. Chinyere, welcome as well. So I'm glad you're here. I don't know what's going on because I can't see LinkedIn comments on our comments feed here.
So the good thing is I can't. I cannot see them
No,
in.
yeah, but I can see them on the LinkedIn event page, so I can see them in the stream. Holiday's over and it's back. Yes, Michelle. I was enjoying myself so much. I really was. I've killed hundreds of zombies. I've slept many hours. I've taken 2 or 3 naps a day every day, right? That's the dream. And working on the most nights, as you know, Michelle. So, but alas, when I come back to work, I've got 7 events set up already. So I'm gonna just get back into it, crack on tomorrow, and just crack on, right?
So I have a question for you, Eddie. With our networking, are we doing that? Do you want to take a bit from here and do an intentional networking room, or do you want me to blend it with this, like in terms of your schedule? What works best for you?
I would not be so rude as to interject with your events. So now let's call that a different. No, that'll be a different thing altogether. Yeah, it has to be. Otherwise,
to get scrambled. I'm gonna still pull from here. Look, sometimes, but
but then this is your signature room. So this is. I think with us event people. I think we've all got our legacy room, legacy event. This is your one. My one is the being your authentic self in business. So whatever happens, that room still runs. Even if I'm nearly dead, I'll still do that room.
Right, so, and that's what this room is. This is my healing spot on Sundays to have people come relax. Thank you. That my visionary godmother, my visionary mother is here, Chineri. She says I'm glowing. I accept that. Thank you.
Ollie is here finally as well. Welcome, Ollie. Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year.
So I have a room coming out that I want to let people know about on Tuesdays with Ali. Ali and I are going to be going over languages. He's going to be teaching me as well as the viewers why it's important to learn different languages. And we have a couple fun topics, and we're going to be doing some interactive hosting. Is that correct, Ali? Ali?
Yes, exactly. I was just checking if I am audible enough because I don't see my mic really popping. Well, I am live. I am audible.
Oh, no, you're loud.
Yeah. Yes. In fact, it's about languages. Sorry, I'm off camera today because I don't feel good. I'm resting, but it's about languages. It's about also connecting the brain and the heart. It's really important.
I hope you feel better too. I'm not mad that you're Black. I literally tell Ali. I mean, I literally tell any. Don't invite people that want to not show. But with you get special passes. That and I'm gonna be a lot less. I'm gonna be a lot more focused because sometimes when you do your hand gestures, it scrambles my brain, and so. And so I'm okay with that, but I do want people to visit us on Tuesdays as we do that because that's something that I'm definitely looking forward to in the new year. My main topic of discussion today, I actually wrote some talking points so that I can have my flow going. But as I said before, this room is pretty laid back, and it's about having these honest, transparent conversations of where we really are and what we're trying to do. And if we are truly looking to grow certain things that need to happen. I have finally reached the point of pre-release for my online group. And so I'll be talking a lot about that today. My online group it's an online community, but the objective for it is for me to be able to interact with those that are like-minded with me offline. And so I do plan on traveling a lot in 2025 and hosting different live events and actually putting people in rooms together, not just with one another, but with other connections, friends and business affiliates of mine in terms of helping people, actively helping people reach their goals. That's my intention behind even starting an online community. So most of what I do there is affirmations. The first stage of everything with me is just drowning yourself in positivity and me not necessarily forcing it and not just being one type. I will say that I'm very spiritually led. And so I like to make that clear from the start in case people are not, that's not their thing. I'm okay with that. But not everything I do is along the lines of that. But I will say that I'm a very God driven, God led, purpose driven person. And so what I've done is I've included so many different types of affirmations for different personality types. So there are affirmations there that are from my daily bread that I personally read daily, but I also use pep talks. I also use calendar affirmations, like from this calendar that's called "You Are Badass," and it's just to remind me of that more rough, rugged side that needs to still remain in my spirit. In different situations and rooms, I also use. I pull inspiration from anywhere. I think one of the biggest takeaways from the year of 2024, which if you guys have um, something that you really took away from 2024 and you're listening, just drop it in the chat. But one of mine was not to take anything or anyone for granted, not to underestimate the power of people, because you just never know who you're connected to. And I'm looking to intentionally link with those that I am in alignment with for the purpose of just making the world a better place, for the a lack of better words. Um, my intentionality is to show people how to heal, because we all have so much to heal from, and outside of self-healing or going back and healing from things that may have happened a long time ago, it's also about addressing and healing from things that you may be going through now, because uh in real time, real things happen that people like to act like it's not a problem, and it's really a problem. Like sometimes the world could just be a lot, and it's not that it's necessarily one thing that it's not necessarily one thing that's like, oh, this one thing is too much. But it's like when we take on too many things, all those things can become a lot, and before you know it, you find yourself in an overwhelming state. And so I just want to share the things that I use and practice within myself, that I believe may be of an assistance or help to others. I'm just putting it there for people that are willing to invest in this community, because investing with me is always going to be an investment with yourself. My intention is to invest tenfold with people that invest with me, because it's not always about the currency. It's about progression. It's about collaboration, and it's literally about building community. And so a lot of that today, a lot of that on the docket today. I have a full a full little write out. Now, one of the things that I do want to speak about in terms of the networking that I have coming up with any is one form of marketing that we're doing. And this is where I get into like more of networking 2.0. So, for example, we are streaming live on LinkedIn. Any, can you tell me everywhere that we are? Are you able to? Wait, I can't hear you.
Yeah, so
Okay.
it's all right. I'm all right now. We're streaming to YouTube, to your LinkedIn, to my Facebook. That's the ones that we're streaming to right now.
Am I able to connect to more places on my end or no?
Yeah. So is there a stream to your audience in the top right of your screen?
Yes. That
Right. So do that. That would stream to the place, the two places, wasn't it?
One of the things that I wanted to address is okay, so because I can see it on LinkedIn already, I don't need to stream there. I get two destinations. I'm going to go ahead and stream to my Facebook and my Instagram. Okay, now,
you know that Instagram thing, you have to create the events, right?
So I go into my Instagram and I'm going to my profile, I believe, right? And then what, any?
So create, so like you're gonna create.
Oh, there it is. Create live video.
Create live event, and then it'll give you a code that you have to enter into StreamYard.
Okay.
And then once you enter that key, then you can stream to Instagram.
Yeah. Live.
I think.
I believe. I think that's what I did with Dave.
Michelle, if you're on my YouTube, please like and subscribe to this video. So like this video, number one, and like many other videos while you're there, Michelle. Why not, right? And also subscribe, please. If you can comment, I'll really appreciate that. My YouTube needs to grow. So everyone who's here, please subscribe and let's connect on my YouTube. I make a ton of videos. I'm sure you'll enjoy. But I need to monetize YouTube today.
Can you drop your Instagram in there? Life stories.
My Instagram or your Instagram?
No, I'm so sorry. Drop your YouTube in the chat so that people can just click it and go to it.
Okay. Well, no, so the way I've been doing this, I don't know if you don't know whether you noticed that I did a replay of the last room on my, I suppose, today. So I will get people there eventually. I will basically send them along. Who's here that I haven't mentioned? Because then I've got to say
David Jones is in the house, and Melissa, Thomas, Michael.
Yeah, Lewis, I see you. Happy New Year, all of you. So Evans, I think I'm meeting you on Wednesday, I think. I'm glad you're here. Evans wants to write a book. So that's a good thing. Michael will see you as well. Miss Melissa Houston is here. Oh, how lucky. I feel blessed now. If Melissa Houston turns up, then it means I'm alive. Welcome. No, so I think Melissa is a legend. She does these events as well. This says amplify. Ollie, you're too quiet for too long.
I was quiet because I was helping in the background to add your stream to my LinkedIn and my YouTube. So you are now live in my LinkedIn and my YouTube too.
Super.
Muchas gracias. I'm not, you got to teach
me. De nada, con placer.
Okay, so I am now going live on my Facebook and my Instagram as well. So one of the things that we'll get into deeper when we do the networking audio room, I think you said Fridays. I will nail that down today, but I like for people to drop where they are in the chat because there are so many people that are here in America that are looking to do more international business. And so when you drop where you are, announce yourself, participate when people not just come in on the lives, also when people are watching the replay, they now have an option to find you if they're on my LinkedIn. And so the objective behind asking people to, hey, Paulette, sorry. That's my number one favorite in London because she's always going to, you're mute. See that you're probably saying something you have no business saying. And that's why I can't hear you. You read his lips, right, Paulette? I know you read his lips because I put that number one in front of your name.
Well, it's everyone's number one friend, so.
But
I'll use that with you. It's fine.
And so I ask people to put where you are and to interact within the live because the more you interact, yes, it does help me in terms of algorithms, but the objective also is to help you because my friends don't know you. They have no idea who you are. They have no idea where you are. But if people are watching that I stream to that are not interested in working with me, but they may be interested in working with you, I want them to connect with you. I want people to get whatever help they need. And the less that I have to do, the better. And so I'm totally okay with that. That's a lot of what this community is about. It's really about finding ways to network with like-minded people so that people that are not disruptors of your mission, but are in alignment with your mission can actually connect with you and we could all progress forward together. Hopefully we'll all meet up somewhere, not cold,
Not cold.
and hang out offline. Yeah, it's not the last time. The first time I came to London, I came in January. About this time, it was like right after my birthday. And it was so cold that I thought that if I blinked, my eyeball would shatter. Oh my God.
You are being extreme. So now, right now, there's 20 inches of snow towards the Midlands and the north. Right, that's snow.
That's
down
real.
south is raining, but it's cold. It's cold. It's cold in England. It's cold. What can I say?
Yeah,
But it's cold in
I
the US
was.
as well. No.
Yeah, it is. So I grew up in Missouri, a place called St. Louis, Missouri, and it's right smack dab in the middle of the United States. So we are literally they call us the gateway to the West. And so I grew up having all four seasons. As soon as I had the courage to move away, I went to the warmest place I can afford. I'm just going to be honest. And I haven't been back since. It was 70 degrees here yesterday, but I don't know if Michelle is talking to me or you.
No, all of us. When do you have your winter, Coach K?
So it's supposed to be right now, but it didn't get the memo. When I first moved to Texas, it was cold like 2 days before Christmas in 2022. It was so cold that I went to Mexico when I first moved here. Like my kids were not around. They decided to stay back in Dallas and in St. Louis. And a friend of mine, her daughter went back home to St. Louis as well. And she called me and was like, "It's cold. You want to take a flight to Mexico tomorrow?" And it's absolutely, let's blow this joint because
It's one of those. I suppose it's one of those things. I like winter because it means it's out of the way.
Mm-hmm.
It means we're going towards summer. So but without winter, the concern is that there's going to be a winter sometime. And in this country, there's nothing worse for me. When I was younger, not when I was a kid, when I was younger, it's freezing in May. I'm like, what the hell? It's May. It's nearly summer. It should be warmer. But the evenings are cold. I used to play football. So literally, in May you see me in gloves, literally in a jumper, go and play football.
Yeah.
So I'd rather got cold now and it gets out of the way.
Get it out the way.
And it doesn't really help. It stays cold until May, and then June we have a good one hot day or two. Then start complaining it's too hot. Then we have more hot days in July, and then summer's finished. It's over, right?
Now I will say I love coming to Europe in our summertime because the summers here are way too hot. Like I don't like Texas in the summer.
Complain, it can't be too hot, can it?
No, yes, it absolutely can. And I'm starting to question Davy Crockett. There's these sayings around Texas that says Davy Crockett told people, "You guys will go to hell and I will go to Texas." And I'm starting to wonder where I moved to because some days it feels like I moved to hell. And so it's like there is a such thing as too hot and Texas proves it.
Yeah, no, I think it takes a lot for it to be too hot. I mean, Nigeria is hot. Egypt is hot. When it's 50 degrees in a day, you can't. You dare not go out, otherwise you might just burn to death.
I feel like that about Texas. Like I went to Nigeria. I love hanging in Abuja. Abuja is probably my number one place to go hang out at, or just because of the friends that I have there. I love my friends in Abuja. They're the most genuine people I've ever encountered. But I could deal with the heat. I've been in like the summertime and in the rainy season as well. I've done Egypt and I've done Dubai. There's times that I've been in Dubai and it's maybe 115 to 117 outside. I don't get sunburned. I come back to Texas and my whole, I felt like fried turkey bacon or something. Like it was just terrible. I was all burnt up and I'm like, how do I survive 115 in the desert and come back to Texas and get fried to a crisp?
I guess it happens, right? I said last time I went to Nigeria, I don't know what, and I thought, okay, Nah, let me go for a walk. And I knew it was going to be a fair trot. So literally about a couple of hours of walking. I walked along. I was trying to go to a different town for the sake of it. I could have called taxi, but I refused. I just went and walk. When I came back, literally passed out for a couple of days with heat stroke, sunstroke, heat stroke. Literally, I was, I wasn't burnt physically. It feels like my head was burnt. I didn't learn to protect my head.
You didn't wear a hat.
No. But since then, I've learned to wear a hat, and then literally I burnt, or I slept for a couple of days, and I thought never again. Well, if I go on holiday to Egypt, no, I'm not going anywhere. There's midday sun. No, there's just no need.
I will admit I did not hang out. I was only in Egypt for a day, and I didn't hang out in the daytime. I got there during the day, and most people were sleeping. The city came alive as soon as the sun went down, and so I did get an opportunity to my driver took me to the bridge of the Nile, and there were locals just hanging out, partying all over the bridge, and so I did get to hang out with the locals and see the Nile and try some foods and some new drinks, like I always say. I tried new food and new drinks. They had the best hibiscus tea, like one of the best hibiscus teas. That's my thing. I like hibiscus in different variations. I like it hot. I like it cold. It really doesn't matter.
She's swearing again, my friend. She's swearing about funny teas. I tell you,
because it's delicious.
Or Thai food, nothing else exists. There's no other tea. I know there's other funny brands now.
Wait, are you saying Thai food?
Thai food, yes.
Oh, is that Thai food?
No, not Thai food. Thai food.
Oh, I like Thai food too.
Yeah, I mean, there's you can't drink funny tea. Well, obviously, clearly you do, right? So I'll leave that with you. I'm gonna share the link with Chinyere. I'm just putting the link in your DM, so if you can join us on stage. Paulette, if you want to come up, let me know. Coach K has got this thing today about you must leave your camera on, otherwise he's not having it. I know most of you have your camera on anyway, so.
Well, I'll let Ollie have his off, so there I can be flexible, and especially
if it's. Oh, no one said this last night screaming at me.
But
I'm not having it. I'm like, whatever.
But no, this is my thing. I don't want to start it off inviting people to turn their camera off, because then it defeats the purpose of being live. If people are watching, there needs to be some sort of facial interaction going on, because I want to put it on my YouTube channel. And so if I'm just having a bunch of blank boxes up here, not saying that people won't listen, but it kind of defeats the purpose of saying, look at me. Like, it's alive.
Yeah.
And so I'm okay with both, but I prefer the cameras on so I can feel more connected.
I get you. My friends, part of my nightmare today, it's not really a nightmare, I get over it, is that I can see you on the event comments feed, but I can't see you on the StreamYard feed in the room, because I can't put your comments on stage. Paulette, who looks like Goldilocks? Who sounds like Goldilocks? Me or?
She says you sound like Goldilocks.
Okay. So about me, about my tea. Yes. Okay. All right, Paulette.
Oh my God, Paulette, really?
It's an English joke.
No, I'm looking at the new comment she dropped.
I have a squeaky voice, and I look like Paulette. Thanks. I can't put that on screen, can I? No, thank goodness I can't, Paulette.
I can see it.
Welcome. I see you, David Pushkin. Welcome, and David Jones. We'll see you too, my friend.
And David, definitely feel free to come up. But so I wanted to talk a little bit more about, because I wrote this down. I got to get through this, guys. So hopefully my friends on Facebook and Instagram, I can get them to go back and watch this, because there's no way I'm sending out a text message or calling everybody to let everyone know that I switched my phone for the first 90 days of the year to do not disturb. So my phone has been switched to focus mode. I'm not ignoring anybody. I'm ignoring everybody. And so my business line still is still ringing, but hey, see, she knows that we do cameras on.
Welcome. Glad you're here, Chinyere. One day, they get your name right. One day, they don't try anymore.
Today we'll get it right. Pronounce it. It's Chinyere, right?
Thank you. Thank you very much.
There's a double feed. I think. I don't know if it's coming from your phone or if the computer is on LinkedIn and StreamYard. But I'm hearing a double feed when you speak. Did you hear that?
Yeah. No, I heard you. It sounds like there's the YouTube page, the LinkedIn event page is on in the background. Chinyere, you want to close the LinkedIn page and just
it's coming through StreamYard. Yeah, I had to do that too. But that's why I know I say it wrong. And so that's why I always say, oh, this is my visionary mother, because I know I can't say that wrong. So that I'm not butchering your name. Can you try to say it again for me? Because there was a feed coming through that was prohibiting us from hearing it clearly. Chinyere, are you there? I think hers might have froze up. Okay, so I wanted to talk about this, that I'm in 90 days of Do Not Disturb. And what I'm doing is I'm just basically doing focus time, where I am putting all my time and attention into those that it feels mutually beneficial with. And so for me, it's going to be my online group where I'm finding out what people's problems are, not necessarily your problems, but more than your problems, what your goals are, what your dreams are. And if there's obstacles that are prohibiting you from reaching your dreams, I want to know what they are so that we can find the most efficient way to overcome those obstacles together. And so as my dedication for that, I'll be in 90 days of Bible study, covering the Bible from front cover to end. And so I really want to be on this God-led mission intentionally. And so I'm removing the voices of my immediate world and just really pouring into myself and pouring into my personal community as a investment in time, because as I said before, it's not always about the money. Right now, the community is only $25 one-time fee, but this month that will be changing. I have not set the date yet. And so I just encourage people to join while they can at this price, because there won't be a monthly reoccurring charge. Once I remove that, it will turn into, once the day arrives, because I haven't dropped the launch date yet. But once it officially launched, the memberships will be converted to $25 monthly fee. And with that one, there is a reoccurring charge, but those that got in prior to will not be charged anything extra. So for those of you that have already joined, thank you. Annie, Paulette, Leah Garcia, Ali. Ali was, before I got it ready, Ali was like, take my money. So that's why I'm like, Ali always gets like special privileges with me, because there's no time that, I don't know what his notifications is set to, but if I come on LinkedIn, he's going to see me and he's going to say something. And so I always like to pay respect to you, Ali, for that, because I can't say how much enough that means to me. I'm not going to say I needed it or that I didn't need it, but it's just like, it's a special something that I didn't know that I needed, and I actually appreciate it. So I want to say thank you for being so supportive. You're extremely supportive. And I look forward to promoting what you have going on, as well as our events on Tuesdays, so that we can do lunch with Ollie, lunch and learning with Ollie and me. I wanted to.
Before we carry on, Michael, you have to put your camera on, please.
Unless you're gonna sit to the side, then keep it off, because I believe you. That was like the last time I was trying to figure out what was going on.
Okay. No, Michael's still laying down, and your virtual background doesn't do you any favors, Michael.
Yeah, you can turn your camera off if you want, Michael. We'll still let you speak.
Chinyere, are you close to speaking yet, or are you still distorted?
As soon as she got
You try to disappear. Sorry about that. Go on, please. Try and talk. So let's see whether you're clearer.
Oh, yeah, I'm not disappearing. I wanted to I wanted to put on make my room more lighter. So I'm not disappearing at all. Oh, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you loud and clear.
Okay. And what are you saying? I didn't get you.
So I don't know whether you have your YouTube, your LinkedIn events page going at the same time. Do you?
Yes.
Right. So turn the LinkedIn page off for now.
Oh, really? Okay.
You only need StreamYard because it does it for you.
Oh, okay. Okay.
There we go. It was giving a lot of feedback in the microphone. It still is. It's still going.
Okay.
We know it's on because there's a delay, right?
Well, no, it's not a delay. There's a high pitched feed. Good morning, Jay. Feel welcome to join us if you like.
Right. So you do. I'm gonna make my tea. All right.
You make your tea.
My tea. I'm not like the rest of you where your tea
Thai
takes
food.
Mine takes time. It's PG tips. PG tips is what we need here, right?
Yeah.
I'll be back in 5 minutes.
Okay. So now that we're streaming on multiple platforms, including my own, I basically wanted you guys to shout yourself out where you at, maybe what you do, because it doesn't just help me, it helps you. We're going to share this material. I'm going to upload it onto my YouTube channel. And so if there's an opportunity for people that you don't know to connect with you, that's what we're on LinkedIn for. We all get on platforms to try to connect with other people that are not in our immediate proximity. And for those of us that are looking to grow, I think it'd be a really good idea to just let people know, hey, this is who I am. This is where I'm from. And you might find out that it's because of where you're located that people may actually want to work with you. And so don't do yourself a favor and comment and shout yourself out. But it also does help me in terms of the algorithms. Not to mention, if you're not on stage, I'm still interested in what you have to say. I love gaining feedback because it allows me my conversation to flow in a direction that makes sense for the audience. If I don't know if I'm resonating with you, then I'll tend to get chatty and I'll just start talking about what's important to me. And although I believe what's important to me can be helpful to everyone, I still want to know I still like to have a little bit of a flow in terms of a conversation. I am going to take a quick pause and welcome Michael to the stage, Michael and Ollie, and let you guys interject because I don't want to just completely take over. Ollie, did you have something you want to add? And then Michael will have you to unmute yourself and speak as well.
Well, thank you so much for providing the space for each of us to speak. And I will say that 2025 will be my 2025. Last year was challenging. There were good things, there were bad things, but it's like I win or I learn, and I both win and learn because I made things happening. I was going to Barcelona for my new language conference. Then I went also to Lucca for an amazing conference. They were both from Ireland and Italy, and it was an amazing coaching experience. And then I broke my shoulder on Hamburg. So it was like, ouch. And then I came back to heal. And in end of October, I went to London to an amazing 9 days, was 5 days in London and 3 days in Faversham for an amazing workshop about the body, storytelling, improvisation. And for me, it was like the year where I decide to connect with my body and I listen to my body. That's why right now I'm not in camera. I can try to say hello, but I'm resting right now, so I'm on and off camera, and I am. And language is my passion. Human connections is my passion, and right now I try to draw a line in the sand and to say, okay, I did this in 2024. This worked. This didn't work, and I'm going to follow more God, follow my body, my gut, and also get um, to get my people pleasing on vacation. It's good to be able to please people, but I need to please myself first. That was my realization, because I'm a bit tired right now to wear so many others' buckets, and my bucket is empty. So now I'm going to fill my bucket, like, and I was singing my song as an anthem last year, and I'm going to sing it more. Like, I'm gonna love me again, check in on my very best friends, find a wind to fill my sails, rise above the broken rails. That's from Elton John. I'm gonna love me again. So that's it. Thank you so much, and I yield the mic.
Absolutely. Thank you for coming in spite of how you feel and for participating. That really means a lot. And I'm wishing and praying that you get well soon. And if you need any help from me that I could actually do, just feel free to reach out. Although my phone is on D&D, you're one of the people that are able to contact me directly. And so if there's a way that I can be of assistance, just let me know. As it pertains to the technical, I'm terrible, and you and any are my guys with the tech piece. But if there's something I can do on the front end, promoting or marketing, or if you just need to talk, definitely let me know. Michael, welcome to the stage. You feel free to unmute yourself and give us your thoughts.
Hi. Good evening, everybody, or good morning, good afternoon. How are you? I hope you're all doing well. Salute Olive. Come over to. I am just interested. The last year was basically a year in which I had entered LinkedIn and was kind of like swimming through it, trying to figure out what was going on, and got a hold of Annie. Annie somehow introduced me to audio rooms, and I've been listening ever since, following him and following others who I was introduced to. Specifically, my first people were Leslie and Paulette. Those are the first people I met or even listened to. Their audio rooms were the ones that I listened to. The motivational Mondays. That was quite interesting listening to them. And then from then on, just continued, and that became more and more of a passion and something that I enjoy doing on a weekly basis. I'm getting a little bit busier now with work coming up starting Monday, so I won't have that much time and energy to actually look into um, joining you guys in audio rooms as much as I possibly can. Give me about 3 months or so. I hope to get back. But I'm really interested in also connecting with people and basically communicating with them, finding out what I can do for them if they're inclined to ask or request. That something that I can that I can pour my energy into just a little bit, the little bit of it that I have, and the extra that I have to put in there. I'll certainly do it. At the same time, I'm just going to continue doing that, wishing people happy birthdays, focusing on connection, but at the same time also trying to figure out if there are any people who are out there interested in agriculture, specifically uh, in the areas of cocoa. If anybody's interested in purchasing cocoa, since my dad owns a farm, so he's trying to produce the raw product and get it out. And he's got he's got about a year or so before he starts, before the cocoa is ready to go. So just wanted to talk and see if there's any marketing that I need to do, any what do you call it, face-to-face communications, or even what do you call it?
Where are you located, Michael?
I'm located in currently I'm located in California.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Where's
and
the farm?
the farm is in Uganda,
Okay.
and that's in East Africa.
Okay.
So it's going to be Ugandan cocoa, and later on down the road, we're going to be doing black pepper as well. But the cocoa is what we're focusing on since we've got about 10 acres of that, and we're building up to go to 20 acres. And if anybody's interested in cocoa, just let us know. What we'd like to do is to get a grinder and start producing and distributing grounded cocoa from Uganda. So if anybody's interested, let me know.
I'm gonna write that down. I have two people that came to mind when you said that.
Mm-hmm.
A good friend of mine, she inherited. She's in her land is in the Ivory Coast, but
Mm-hmm.
she's the president of the Ivory Coast community for Dallas,
Mm-hmm.
and she inherited 30 acres of cocoa farm in
Mm-hmm.
Ivory Coast.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure exactly what she's doing with it, but what it made me want to do is it made me want to reach out to her to just find out.
Mm-hmm.
And
There are a lot
then
of
I have
benefits to it.
another friend that does holistic that does like farming and holistic
Mm-hmm.
products in
Uh-huh.
Abuja. She's actually in Abuja, Nigeria.
Mm-hmm.
So I can reach out to her as well because now with that one, I know for sure she takes products, mixes different things together,
Yeah,
and
cocoa is one of
makes
those things.
products. But
Do
her
that.
products are already in the grocery store, and so
Mm-hmm.
but cocoa is not one of them. And so I don't know if she'll be interested, but I am going to see if she would be open to connecting with you.
I wouldn't mind at all. Cocoa is a product that you can put into your product. Most recently, I've seen it in shea butter,
Uh huh.
where they actually blended cocoa and shea butter, and you just got the cocoa scent in your butter. As you put it on, you smell like chocolate. It's
Natural
pretty
products.
interesting. Yeah.
So you need to also be in touch with the ladies here that are doing natural products. I'm in a couple
Yeah.
different communities because it's not just my community. I have my own, but then I also join other communities, and this is one of the perks of being in my community. So I really want to urge you to consider it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I don't make my own products, but I know other women that do. And so when you speak of it from a shea butter perspective, then that gives me a different type of client that you will want to market yourself to. And I
Mm-hmm.
would say that the ladies on social media that you see making their own products, that would
Mm-hmm.
be a really good a really good network and lead source for you to, like
To expand and
have
also to
conversations with those
communicate.
people.
Yeah, I definitely want to do that. Because I'm pretty sure they're going to be looking into changing their brand or adding to what they're actually producing. So cocoa could be something that they could add. Um, that's,
This
and
is something else I want you to do. I want you to put it in the comments, even though we're speaking about it on the live.
yeah,
Um, put
I'll
something
add it
in
in
the
the comments.
comments in regards of you have organic cocoa from Uganda,
Mm-hmm.
so that if someone comes and looks at my replay or sees this video on my YouTube, you could be of use to them, then they could literally just go to the comments, see what you do, and say, "Oh, I need him," or I want to work with him," or whatever that may be. And
Mm-hmm.
so they'll be able to just click straight to your profile. Like they can go through me to reach you, but then I'll charge a referral fee. But if you want to just put it in the comments, I'm not the type of person to say don't promote yourself here. Like that's not what this is.
I
And
certainly do
my objective
appreciate
in
that.
coming here is to be able to give out free strategy advice.
Mm-hmm.
As my background is specifically in helping foreigners that are trying to navigate the business markets in America. That's how I got my started. That's how I got going in business strategy here in
Mm-hmm.
America.
Mm-hmm.
All of my clients, the first 15 years of my business, were Nigerians that lived in my community and they
Mm-hmm.
were trying to expand their brand or their product. And so when
That
I
would be
hear
good. I
things, I
certainly like
just
to
naturally
communicate.
think of ways
Um,
to connect. Say it
I'll
again.
get, I like to communicate with you, and I also like to get in touch with your
For
will be
sure, for
important
sure.
to you as well. So I will make myself available and sign up for that as well.
I'll inbox
Definitely
you.
appreciate that.
I'm going to inbox you the invitation. I sent out one earlier today. I'll inbox you the invitation now that I know that you're interested, because
Yep.
the more like I, and just so you know what to expect, I'll have breakout sessions. Although the primary day to day in the community is just affirmations, daily affirmations to remind people of how to believe in themselves, the things that people around you may not be saying. It's a really good idea to read these out loud to keep that drive in your mental. So if you're not hearing it from somebody else, you at least hear your own voice. But I'm going to have weekly breakout sessions for members of the community to say, hey guys, what's going on? What are you working on? And if there's ways that I can just help strategize just like this, but it won't be on a live, it'll be more private with just the members of the community. We'll sit and you grab your paper, take notes. And if there's someone in the room that say, hey, I need you, we could do this or whatnot, then you connect with that person.
Okay, that would be great. I also wanted to find out, in those sessions, do you actually record those sessions? Because there are times when we're probably not going to be able to attend, but we definitely want to follow up with you, follow up with that session to see if there's any good nuggets that we can follow up on later
I
on.
haven't decided yet. Ali is still teaching me how to use Go Brunch. I'm going to host those private sessions on Go Brunch. I believe there may be a way that we can use StreamYard and still record, but I'm not 100% sure. And so I don't want to say yes or no with that one. But
Yes,
if
there
you
is an
want,
example.
well, no, I'm saying I don't want to say if I'm going to record those sessions, because depending on what people are talking about in their private business, they may not have their proprietary information preserved properly. And so these are just private groups coaching sessions. I may or may not record them. But you may have the ability to book a one-on-one session if you're not able to make it. Like I'll try to get a general consensus of when is the best time for people to make it at one time. But as the community grows, there's not going to be a perfect time for everybody, and it'll resort to what works best for me. Or the members of the community only, I can allow to book. I can allow to book personal sessions with me, but I'm not doing personals to the public at this time.
Okay.
But we'll
Are you
make
doing
something
Saturday,
work.
Sundays in general?
Say it again.
In general, will you be able to do it Saturday, Sundays? Those
Mostly.
personal sessions?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm thinking about Saturdays because I really want to host my class on Saturday mornings, and so I could actually do sessions right after that. The class invites will be added to the group as well. And what I do is I actually teach a class on visual mapping and legacy planning, but it also allows me to get to know you as a person, because the way that I strategize is very heart centered. And so I like to find out who you are and what you like at heart. And then I pair it with what makes you money. And then we try to find creative ways to market you or your product in a way that doesn't disrupt your already existing life. Does that make sense?
That makes sense. That's a very positive thing to do, and I'd certainly like that kind of a partner to be able to bounce what you call it
Ideas. It's kind of like
ideas.
whiteboarding.
Yeah, kind of like that. I like
Yeah.
that. I like
Yeah.
that.
So I kind of like the idea of doing Saturday morning whiteboarding sessions. Because it allows me to charge individuals a lot less than what I charge one-on-one. It allows other people in the room to pour into you as well. That's also a really great benefit, because this is just my idea. Somebody else sitting at that table may have a totally different idea that may work even better for you. And I really want you to take and jot down all the ideas, think about it, pray about it, whatever your process is, and then move forward with what feels right in your heart, because I believe that God will lead everybody if they just take the time to quiet their mind and listen to the positive voice in their head. That's what I'm learning. That's what God is, And so and thanks to now, hopefully she's going to tell us how to say her name without any extra feedback, because the LinkedIn was cutting you off as you were trying to say. But this is my visionary mother that's here on the stage that's been helping me prepare for my 90-day Bible study with my church. And so what I've learned, like learning who I am from a biblical standpoint for me, and I'm not saying that this is the route for everybody, but for me, learning who I am from a biblical standpoint allows me to pour the right things into other people, because sometimes it's my opinion and sometimes it's not quite me, if you understand what I'm saying, right?
Yes, it's all about energy and getting
Exactly.
the right energy back and forth and
Yeah.
circulating. Yeah, I get
So
that.
that's what's leading to my like 90-day isolation, because I want to be so intentional about the people that if I'm asking you to join the community and I'm charging, I want to make sure that you feel like you got more than your money's worth, so that when I really open this community up to the public, I know exactly who you are and what you do. And as if there's an opportunity for me to partner with you on a much bigger project, then the first thing I'm going to do is reach back to the people that's in my private community and say, hey, we got business. You ready? But this way, it allows me to know who you are and that you can actually handle whatever I may send your way. So it's kind of a twofold, but a really amazing thing.
Okay. Regarding your isolation, is it could we call it hibernation as opposed to isolation?
You know, my little brother said he didn't like that word either. So technically, it's not real isolation; it's focus time. And what I'm really doing, to be completely honest with you, is I spent a lot of time in the house, and I found it to be extremely comfortable to cut myself off from the rest of the world, kind of like somebody else on this stage who I won't point out. And so. And
well,
so
you know that you can create a word for that. I mean, if you said focus time, you can just call it focusation.
Focusation. I like that.
That would be
But
your
this is
own
why I
word.
like having conversations with people like you.
I
because
love
I
it.
use words.
Love it.
Well,
Focusation.
make
Retreat.
sure that when you do use it, that you put a penny or two into my inbox for giving you the idea.
Yeah, look, I'm putting it down and I'm sending this over. And so it's more focus time, and it's basically
retreat. That's a nice word. Retreat.
Oh,
Retreat.
Are you still on LinkedIn too? Turn your phone
Right.
Annie, can you tell where that's coming from?
Yeah, January, you still got your LinkedIn. January, you still got your LinkedIn tab open.
Let me switch myself off because it could
Welcome,
be me.
Christina. Thank you, and Angelica. I don't know if you were in the room earlier when Annie said he's going to drive his car 6 hours to see you and 6 hours back. I'm trying to get him to hang out instead of driving back that same day. But he says you're visiting London, and I'm so excited for you. And I really pray that you get amazing weather while you're there.
Yes, unlikely, but the weather is what it is, right?
You know, the last time I came in October, it was actually beautiful. It was very beautiful there in October.
It was nice. Manager was what we have in October, right?
What manageable?
Quick question. So, where do we get the information about these activities that your groups do, that you're doing with your community?
They'll be in the group. So I sent you in particular a link, because the link is actually the group is located on Facebook. I've set up like different breakout rooms. So if I'm speaking about something like the spiritual, anything that's spiritual, I have a separate breakout room. So if people are not into it, it's not like I'm forcing anything down their throat. But check your WhatsApp, and if you don't have it, I'll send it to you again.
Yeah, the one that's saying that's you know me on WhatsApp, you know me on messaging apps. So I look at them and go, okay, and then I forget what they say to me. So that's me being ignorant.
I'll send it again. But all the updates for the members I'll just post it actually in the group. It's so much easier that once people are in the community, they just go there and it's pinned there for the week. And I'll also allow people to drop I don't want it to be where it's like a big thread of like this, but I do want things that are working for you that you feel like could work for other people and you don't mind sharing it, to drop that in there, or if it's an affirmation or quote or just whatever the topic is that we have going on. I don't want it to just be all me. I really want it to be a community. Welcome to the stage, Zahar. It's so good to see you.
It's an honor to join you guys. Thank you, Coach K and Hani and everybody here. Good to see you all and Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, my friend. There's two different Michelles. There's Michelle, formerly Ramos. Formerly. There's two different Michelles. There's Michelle, formerly Ramos. Who has? No, let me see. Who is it?
Happy New Year, Zara.
Happy New Year.
See, Zara has etiquette now. When you, after you speak, then you have to turn your mic off and go on mute. Basically, that's the best way to do it normally. Right, and there's many more people here. So Adrian, welcome. I see you in our audience. Christiana, what happened in year? Miss Angelica, Pavika, I see you as well. Welcome, all of you. Of course, you're welcome to come on stage. Like, Coach K is talking to someone. I don't know what she's talking on. She's talking on mute though.
Oh no, I'm not on mute. I am. I was talking to myself. I dropped the link to purchase the membership in the chat, so that way, if anybody is interested, I think I did it right.
Hopefully. I love.
Are you able to see it? Okay, let's see. I thought I did it. If I didn't, then I'm going to send it to you, Annie, and have you drop it. I don't see it showing up on my tablet. Do you see it at all?
The link for what? Where?
I dropped the purchase link for the membership. I thought I dropped it on LinkedIn.
You might have done, but I'm looking at StreamYard, so that's why.
Okay. So let me do. If I send it to you, are you able to post in the chat or no?
Yeah.
Okay, so I am going to just inbox it on your WhatsApp to you, and then there we go, and then you can just upload it. Michelle says she doesn't see it, so there we go. Okay, let's try you again, Chinyeri. Let's see if we can get you without any feed.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Thank you. Thank you for having me, Annie. Thank you, Coach K. I'm not taking this for lightly. I'm not taking this lightly at all. I'm going to say that my connection with both of you is divine. It's supernatural. I don't take things like this for granted at all. It's been a journey. And last year, I'm calling it last year now. Just about 3 weeks ago, in a room like this, I got connected to Annie from one thing to another. Annie is a master encourager. He kept, encouraging me to say something in the room. Say something. What is this? What is that? What is this? And eventually I told him, and he was so encouraging. He's a master at it. And then from one thing to another, I got connected to you, Coach K, and then the rest is history. And so I'm so glad this is a new year, new opportunities, new life, new season, new phase, new beginning. That's what I think about myself in this journey. And I'm so glad to have joined your Facebook community. I'm so glad. And the stories you shared with me and the opportunities ahead I am just so excited about them. And also, Annie, there were certain things Annie told me that is just making me happy. So being here is a great, is, should I call it? Okay. It's a great opportunity, which I know that in future, in the very nearest future, there's going to be a lot of testimonies that will come out of this. So I congratulate myself, congratulate Annie, congratulate you, Coach K, for what you are doing. You're actually helping God. Somebody says, no, no one can help God. It's not true. It's not true. Making the world a better place is also helping God. So thank you so much for having me here. I'm so glad to be here. Thank you. All right, Coach K, you wanted to know how my name is pronounced, all right? My name is pronounced Chinyere. Chinyere.
Chinyere.
Chinyere. Yes, that's it. So that's it.
Thank you.
Apart from the visionary mother you called me. I love that word. I love the name visionary mother. I love it. I like it.
I love it. I've never had one. Oh, I found out what the feature. I found out what the feature.
Mics are on. That's right.
I'm gonna have you mute while I talk. Okay, I think that's what it is. I think that was the feedback. Is both of our mics were on at the same time. But I love having you, and I love having a visionary mother, because that's not something that I've had before. And growing in my spirituality is something that's important to me. And so it's very nice to have someone to know, to have a deeper understanding than you, that's not necessarily forcing their opinion. They're just saying, oh, this is what's going on. This is where you find it in the book. Oh, that's what you got going on. This is where you find it in the book. And so the best part of working with you is you never forced your opinion of life on me. You just said, open the book. And so now I keep it open on my dining room table. And every time I eat, I get double fed. And so it's such an amazing thing. And I have people saying that I'm glowing. To hear people say that I'm glowing in my growing process is such a beautiful thing that I want other people to just feel and experience, because it doesn't mean life isn't tough or rough for me right now. It just means that I'm not walking alone, even if you can't see anybody. That's what this glow is. I left my job 2 weeks ago. I don't know what my future is. I was nervous coming into the beginning of the year when bills were due and everything got paid. It was only by the grace of God that I wasn't worried about my $1,900 rent after leaving my job, but my job wasn't paying enough to cover it. And so it's like, I know God put the word in me to say, listen, do what you need to do for me. And the people that are meant for you will find you. They will join you. They will grow. They will help you grow. You will grow them. And don't worry about this little stuff over here. That's small things to a giant. And so having that understanding allows me to walk in my purpose with my head held high, in spite of whatever I might be going through. I'm still dealing with the issues of my health. I still don't 100% know my status as far as my cancer diagnosis that I received, but I don't necessarily, let me rephrase that. I was given a second cancer diagnosis, but I don't necessarily receive it. I am going to go get it checked out. I do have people that's been in my inbox asking about it, but I haven't had the opportunity to be seen by doctors yet, because it's still the beginning of the year. So that's something that I'll follow up with and keep people updated about, but it's not something that I necessarily want to make the center of my life, because I'm so much more than that. But it did ignite a fire under me to remember that tomorrow is not promised to anybody. And so whatever is downloaded in me to do, into whatever beacon of light I could be to others or the world, my job is to focus on that. Like that's my focus, but I am going to also make my health a priority. I'm doing things like drinking my teas and eating my fruit and connecting with good spirited people. There's so much more than what they say I am, because for as long as I can remember, not God, Lord, no, doctors have been telling me I've had a shorter life sentence than God said I had. I wasn't supposed to be here. From the time I was 3 months old, they told my mother, to that I might not make it, and I've had issues since then. And so here I am at this big age. I'll be 40 this month. So to most people, it's not so big, but to me, it's an age that I never really foresee myself making it to. And so for me, it's a very big age. And I'm very proud of it. I'm not a woman that's like, oh, don't ask me how old I am. Like, I made it to 40, and people where I come from, that's not necessarily an age that many make it to, unfortunately. And most certainly, they don't make it to 40 and look like this. I'm like 3 kids later, and people saying I'm glowing and thinking I'm in my 20s at times. And so I receive all of that. I do want to go over to Zahar and welcome you, because the last time I got too chatty, we lost you, and I don't want to lose you again. You've also been one of my day ones that have shown up for me time after time after time when I was in my audio rooms and I was stranded in my apartment for 3 months. I was starving to death, and you guys are keeping me alive with your words and your listenings and your encouragements. And you've done so much praying for me, my family, my son. You have sent me some of the most pathetic prayers that I have ever received. And it's such a pleasure to finally see your face. Like, I'm excited about these lives because I get to see the faces behind the voices. And it's like, you guys are so amazing. Unmute, Zahar.
Kid, yeah, trials, challenges. I remember those days. Um, when I look back, 2024. Yes, HJ. And you're a godmother of beautiful children's. Um, I remember you coming on the stages, sharing your stories, and you know these trials and challenges, they are making us stronger every day. This is what I learned. I am the witness of my own growth. Thank you uh, to this community, actually. Uh, when I look back, I was in Karachi. Now I'm in my home. I would love to give props and big ups to this community, especially on the LinkedIn. And everybody has a story. This is so true. Now, and we are learning every day. The beauty is that every day we learn something new in these audio events. It was audio events. We were not able to see our faces, but now it's live. So hopefully we can connect more authentically, more genuinely, and that's the beauty of these events. Some people take it like, oh, um, we need those audio events back, the old ones, but I think this is more authentic and more real to see each other and share our stories. Uh, Looking back to my journey, mm, it was tough. Truly, it was tough. Met many people, connected in real time, and some people come in your life to teach you lessons, maybe to just to so that you can learn and grow in your life because they have seen your all belly buttons and everything, your inner self. So they push you. Some good friends, some real friends, some genuine people, some real who really love you. They push you to an extent where you really wanted to grow yourself, right? So That's what I found here on the LinkedIn. And when I look back to my journey, um, writing my book, starting a small company, doing a job, part-time job, in a call center, mm, then then last year I had some losses in my family, where within like 20 days we had. I think you know about this, Kimberly, right? My After losing my father, we lost my sister-in-law. So and we all, like, in our culture, we all live together, and brothers and everybody. So then it was very hard for me to bring my family, because we were living there in Karachi alone, without away from our heritage, away from our hometown for 24 years, and just away from the community and tribe. And um, and after losing my father and my sister-in-law, it was and we were living a life like isolation in the boundaries. uh, but then to convince my mother, okay, we don't have anyone here in Karachi. Why are we here? What for? It was very hard, because of those losses of my father and sister-in-law. Because I'm going to die here in this Karachi. And then I would love to give some big ups and props um, to Anna Rohina. She took a flight from all over Spain. She joined me here, and she mentored us. And for 6 months, for 6 months, literally, I mean, she lost her job and house. I mean, I got connected with people in real time, and beautiful lessons. And now I brought the whole family, including my mother, my nephew, nieces, and brother, to my own hometown. And now we are trying to like connect and social, because we were living in a life of isolation, not going out, not meeting people, because of that veteran background of my father. So now coming back to our hometown, we are now connected with hundreds of my own cousins and blood cousins and relatives. So they are welcoming us, and now learning that language and culture of my own hometown. So I really understand the impact of staying away from your community and your tribe for 24 years. So now I help individuals gain confidence in these two areas, language and culture, because I have suffered myself. So thank you so much, Coach K and Annie and everybody here who, there are
So,
so many stories.
what languages do you teach?
Um, the official language here in this province, Punjab, is Punjabi. But the language which I'm going to teach is Urdu. That's the national language of Pakistan.
Okay.
So I have like few students that I am, on Zoom. I take on the meetings, and I teach them small little lessons. Uh, but beside all this, for a living, I have to, beside writing a book and starting my own services, and like Arthur's learning methodology and risk trade management, because one of my friend was dealing with properties in Dubai, and he's also joined a risk trade management, the trading platform, that is AEX Capital. So he wants me to learn about this domain of risk trade management. So what I learned was that no matter whatever we are learning, because we are all are lifelong learners, this will keep on going. But to bring my life back to, on the earning side, I'm open for a job as customer services, where I can work uh, online, where I can give my services remotely for some UK campaign. So if there is any UK campaign, because my time and US time does not really match, because it's 12 hours of difference. But
Yeah.
if there is any UK campaign, any, it goes for any, that I have to give my services, like my customer services, being a customer service agent for some any company there who want a customer service agent online, I'm available. I can because that time, my time and UK time does matches, but US time is I have to work in the night, and it's very, very, very tough sometimes.
No, that makes sense. I have people that have joined, and I don't know if they're still here. Hopefully,
You know, it'd be good to welcome them.
say it again.
It'd be good to welcome them. I see Joni's here. Dr. Marcia is here. Mary Paul. Welcome all of you. So welcome to
Welcome.
you too. Thank you all for joining us.
I was able to go in and hit the button. I was going to acknowledge them in a minute, but I wanted to finish responding to Zahar first. I intentionally invited my contacts that are in the United Kingdom, Ireland, and the Netherlands, because those are the three places where I know a few more people in terms of Europe. And so I wanted to ask you that specifically. This way, if someone is either on the live or watches the replay, they could actually reach out to you directly. And so that's another good perk of doing it this way, and why I ask people to drop your details in the chat. It helps me move the algorithms of getting more people to see this, but it also putting your details and your information in the chat. If they didn't catch it today or in the actual live time, the people that I know that are closer to your time zone, I also have Dubai and India. Oh my God. Dubai might not be on here today. No, it might be. It should be. It should be. I believe Dubai is on. I think I sent out to Dubai. I know I sent out to India. Um, but if you have some specific desired countries that you want to market yourself to, if you put something together, I can try to help you get distributed out to people that are in the time zones you hope to work in. Or we can, if you have a audio or a live coming up that you'll like me to jump on with you, I can jump on and possibly send out connections to people in the time zones that you're seeking. So there's more than one way to be supportive all the way from America. Because if you were in a different time zone, I would definitely love to work with you, but I am hoping to come to that side of the world this year. So if I come over, then I'll see how we can collaborate. You definitely resonated with your story for me, because I've been gone from home for 11, 12,
No,
maybe
Kinsley,
12
I'm
years
still.
now.
I
Say
mean,
it again.
every uh, I when you said you resonated me, Zarar, because I was being out of home for some time. I'm still out of my home, but every home is a home here, because of this big heritage and cousins and relatives. I'm still not at my own house where my mother is. I mean, even I don't call that my house my own house because uh, you know but every house here, especially where I am right now, because of this big heritage and cousins all over me, life here is very beautiful. So I never feel like alone because of like the way I used to feel in Karachi. So
Yeah.
this is something this is some legacy which is becoming my legacy now, that which I'm going to I'm writing in my book. So hopefully this year I'm going to come up with many things. But of course, I'm open for some customer service job, which where for some UK campaigns, like I said, especially if I can work online, and whether that's sales executive or customer inbound or outbound, any because I was already working for Pop John's, but that timing was like very odd. Sometimes I have to go 3 o'clock in the morning, sometimes 2 o'clock in the morning, and it's getting very tough for me, especially the US time zones. So I'm open for work for UK campaigns. That is much, it matches to my time zone in Pakistan.
How are you with technology?
I'm sorry.
How are you with technology in terms of, like, I know you said you're willing to do customer service, but what about
The
like
backups.
task? Well, no, it's kind of like, how, like, so for example, I'm in the middle, like right now I'm in pre-launch stages. I have to do a lot of prospecting, some of it via email, some of it via DM, where it's not necessarily a call to someone, but it's just having somebody to go in and use the tools, because there are tools that are available to make it quickly, but it still takes time, and it's an actual task. And so in the networking room that Eddie and I have coming up, some of the things that I plan to discuss and talk about are different tools such as AI that makes our lives as coaches easier. There are several things that I'm doing to get the coaches that are here on LinkedIn into a different state of where I believe we all want to be and are looking to go and grow. And so these are just active things that I'm doing from where I'm at. And it's not that I have the finances to do it, but I do have the resources to do it. And so I'm just basically doing a pool of resources so that everybody benefits, including myself. It's not like I'm like Mother Teresa and I'm like, oh, I just want to help everybody for free. But it's like I'm really selling memberships to my community for they're like 25 USD. And the people that are in the community, I'm looking to go out and foster people that my community members need to be their clients and add them into the community. That's number one. Number two is every adult membership purchases unlocks a kids club membership. And so I have 3 online communities that I'm launching this year. One is for LinkedIn coaches and general public. And the attempt there is to get LinkedIn coaches connected with people that need their help, as well as provide sustainable help for my coaches, because the comfort that I found in talking to you all, and I want to say in the middle of this, thank you, Dr. Marcia, because I see the comment that you left about this being inspiring, but you guys also inspire me. Like, the cool thing about the community that we in the LinkedIn family that we formed here is that we are other professionals that are entrepreneurs that have to deal with family life and so many other things. And oftentimes our family members and friends who chose a different path, they don't quite understand the load in which we carry, right? And so trying to navigate the wearing of so many different hats is kind of like, it's very similar to motherhood to me, especially when I have my laser focus, back to the 90-day focation is what Michael told me to call it, the focation time instead of isolation. I'm coming out of isolation, honestly. I've done a lot of staying in the house since I've been here in Houston. And so I make it my business to go out, whether I'm driving Uber or going to libraries or hanging out at bookstores. I just do things that I naturally like to put me in the arena of people that are like me, that may need my help. Like I'm not necessarily a nightlife party person, but I love art and museums and music and bookstores and coffee chats and things of that nature. So I just do what I actually like to do alone. And then I normally would meet people that either need my help or need one of my coaches. And so I like to get to know you guys on a more intimate level in the community, so that if there's different things that you can do that could actually benefit yourself and your family, it's like, well, hold on, I know a guy, I have somebody that can do that for you. And it comes as a more solid referral. And so that's one of the ways that I'm able to build international ironclad referral systems, is because I generally try to vet people before I connect people, so that I'm not connecting you to someone that's going to waste your time. Because at the end of the day, our time is the most valuable thing we have. And it's so precious. And we all have a point in our life where we tend to undervalue the time that we have right now, or the time that we have left. And so, like I said before, I just use my little health scare to put the fire under myself to, hey, I know what I'm supposed to do. It's time to do it, and, get to connecting people, because it costs me nothing to connect somebody to you. And that connection, the right connection, could mean light years worth of work difference for yourself and your family. And so we're supposed, that's what we're supposed to do.
There was a time, Kimberly, when you said, um, when I literally said myself, Sarar, I was like, I'm going to give up. And that's when God said, uh, wait, let me begin. Uh, so you said, Sarar, I started meeting people and I started going out. And when you said isolation, you resonated me there because living a life in Karachi in isolation was for 24 years, like I said, was very, very, very tough, very, very tough. And then losing your loved ones was more tougher. And then bringing your old mother back to your own hometown was more tougher than that. But like I said, now connected now because of living that life of isolation and now going out to the companies and meeting new people, socializing with my father's colleagues because of that veteran. Like I told you, my father was in army, so connecting with them, the seniors and juniors, the DGISPRs and everybody. So opening my doors, connecting with people, right people to see where I can, where I can. If yesterday I dropped my CV somewhere here, and it's a business process outsourcing company, a business process outsourcing, and the company name is IBEX. That's one of the famous company here in Pakistan, one of the top-notch company. But it's a call center where they have some US campaigns. Again, a US campaign, which does not really, I don't have any issues with the technology because as a co-founder of Arthos learning methodology, um, we are all about digital literacy. I'm all about digital breast because the time where we are living right now is all about digital. It's like an oxygen for us. We cannot live without it. Whether that's AI, generative AI, large language models, or prompt engineering, or anything, I'm all into it for the last like 14, 15 months. Whether that's like using some softwares like Ezra AI for calling and all. If you're into business process outsourcing company, like if you know how they work, they have set it up some big servers, and you're being monitored every second, every minute. It's a paperless environment where you're not allowed to use any paper, any pen, because people they place orders on the master line, and you're ready to take the orders of, and they're giving you credit card informations and all. So it's a sensitive job, but like I said, if it's a task base, I'm ready for it. I'm up for it, Kimberly, because beside all doing this, like making people learn language or culture, or introducing my culture, or writing my book, that's not making me some money, right? By the end of the day, I have to pay bills. No, I don't have to pay bills actually, because I have so many houses there. I'm single. I can go anywhere, just taking my bag from here and go to another cousin's house. But somehow I have to, grow in my life to be somewhere. Uh, Tomorrow, what if Kimberly says, "Hey, Zarar, I'm coming to Pakistan to see you, to see your family. Let's do something." So I should be ready to host Kimberly, actually, Coach K. So
And I will look forward to you. Look forward to it, and I would actually take you up on it. Like that's new for me. But right before I got to Houston, I was hosted for my first time in terms of like privacy. I've been hosted in Nigeria, but that was more business. But in 2022, right, the year that I moved to Houston, I was hosted by my mentor to come to Ireland, and the door of opportunities that opened for me was wild. I mean, I was summoned to come speak at a conference. She's like my mentor is like she's kind of like she's my mentor, but she's also like a big sister to me. And so whenever she tells me to come, I tend to try my best if I can. And while visiting Ireland, she allowed me to stay with her family for like a week. And it was so cool because one of my things that I really enjoy, especially as I get to know people, is immersing myself in their culture so that I can deeply or deeper understand them from a deeper level. And so my love of travel doesn't come from just like wanting to put stamps on my passport or go to visit tourist places. I'm such a people's person that I generally don't want to do anything tourist. I want to see children. I want to go help. I want to go try the local foods. I want to try, I buy the local fabrics, I get my hair done. Like the stuff that you would think I do in America is what I actually do when I leave America. And it's so interesting, and I don't know what kind of spirit God really gave me, because I never really feel at home when I'm here. I don't know necessarily where I feel the most home at. Right now I say Abuja, because I when I go visit my people in Abuja, I feel like royalty. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I feel like total royalty. I get picked up from the airport. I'm going to go and get food. They're not asking if I'm hungry, because they understand how long the plane ride is. And so there's this little family-owned restaurant that I'm obsessed with, and it's a total hole in the wall with surrounded by stray cats. And that's where I want to eat the first time I step down every single time. Without a doubt, I go to Yahuza. It's Yahuza in Abuja. I go to
You're a
the
blessing.
marketplace and I go and find young girls that are there to make hair, to braid hair, because I understand that if I pay them, that's how they're eating today. And so
We
instead of
have
going,
big universities here. Like
huh?
we have like a thousand. We have 250 million people living in Pakistan, mashallah, uh,
Mm-hmm.
and big universities, and 80% of the population of Pakistan is from age 18 to 24. Okay, and
Mm-hmm.
they are very much enthusiastic about learning English because everybody wants to go to US or UK or anywhere.
Yeah.
and, and the youth is like crazy to learn something, to meet new people, to meet diverse people coming from all over USA, the universities and the vice chancellors and everybody, the ministries of education. They welcome, they love,
You just
it's
gave
really
me such a good idea. Maybe we can put something together. And if you can help me put it together, I don't care about you making money off of it at all. But I would love to come teach my class there, as well as we can infuse it with English. But the beautiful thing about the class that I teach, when I teach it to the youth, is the art of storytelling using photography and videography. And so, infused in that class, I could actually teach English words and phrases that they're able to pick up on. And if you're there to help me translate, because I'm going to charge for the class, and I
what
could
I
just pay
do.
you to be my person.
What I can do, Coach K, that I know someone in my connections on the LinkedIn.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, he is the Prime Minister Youth Chairman. Okay, his name is Rana something. God forbid it. Not everything in my head, but he's on my LinkedIn. And for Anna Rahina, I got, because of her, I got connected with many people here because of her. But for now, I know she is growing there in Spain, so we are like apart, and it's a love story. It's truly a love story. But because God wanted me to put some pause on it, to put a hold on it, and work on myself, my own personal development. So because I have to socialize with many people here, connect with people in real time. So because of her, I got connected with many people here. So of course, I'm going to their team members, their team, the Rana something, his team is available there on the LinkedIn. So, and he's the in charge of of youth and development, Pakistan youth and women empowerment. Yes, youth development and women empowerment. So they
Okay.
work on that domain. So I can, yes, definitely get you connected with him and pass you the link, so you can maybe give your portfolio, and you can show your portfolio and tell them what you can do for the universities here. Or if you want to launch your own online class where you just want to do something voluntarily for the
I
youth of
want them to
Pakistan.
send for me. I want to come to Pakistan. I'm okay with doing it online, but all jokes aside, I'm at a point in my life, and because travel makes me feel alive. I love connecting to people, especially the youth, women, children. Um, I would absolutely love, like, when I go to Nigeria, I sneak off and go to orphanages and villages all types of places I'm not supposed to be in.
It's very
But
moderate. Pakistan, you cannot compare it with Nigeria or Kenya, but the level of Pakistan is just like you could say India,
yeah,
because India is 1.3 billion people, and but the population and inflation is there more in India, but here
yeah,
is less. But but education standards and we are still under development, but lots of
yeah. But
things are
no,
happening.
that's okay because like the comparison to Nigeria is the some places that I go, um, some places that I go, they're not always fully developed. That's why I say I go off to the villages and to where the people really need my help, or I try to go find people that are marketing their personal services, because when I see that, that means you're trying to feed your family. And so it's not all about the glitz and glam of it, for me, because that's when I leave America, I leave with an open mind. And so whenever I step into new territories, that's just what it is. But like, I've not been to India yet, but the goal for me is to do more of a Southeast Asian tour, but the Middle East is clearly included in there. Ultimately, I'm hoping to land in like Bali or somewhere like that where I can stay for maybe 3 to 6 months as a retreat and just kind of rejuvenate. But to teach this class would mean the world to me, to be able to do it in other places and to immerse myself, because my tester group was first generation students here in Houston that come from all over the countries. So like one of my favorite I probably shouldn't say this on live, but one of my favorite students, his name is Adrian. He's a little boy from Afghanistan. And before I left last week, he gave me this little bracelet that I hold so dear to me, a little one of those little plastic bracelets that says Jesus loves you. And he had like 20 of them on both. He had like 10 on both arms. And I know for sure he comes from an Islamic background. And I'm just like, oh my God. And I'm like, he's like, can I give you a hug? And I'm just like, alhamdulillah. Absolutely. Absolutely. Because it's like for me, children are so the gateway of the way of just really knowing how life is supposed to be, because the beauty in teaching and helping kids is one thing about kids is they're going to tell you what they see, whereas adults, they kind of hold back. And so it gives me life when I am able to just be myself and walk into an atmosphere where that's enough. And these kids are like, you're from where? And you came here to see us, to pour into us. It's like they make me feel like a rock star. And I'm like, that's the energy that I honestly crave. I don't necessarily crave that
Same
for
like here, Kimberly, like it's when you go to Pakistan, Bangladesh, or countries like especially the Middle East, call them the
oh, I
domain
can't
of
wait
Middle
to
East.
go to Bangladesh.
You have no idea. People will be like holding cameras, everybody like it's like having a mobile phone and taking your pictures, and they're very enthusiastic about like meeting new
Are you
people
gonna
from
let me
that part
drag
of the
you around with me if I do this, Zahar? Because I don't want to do it alone.
world. Well, no, you cannot do this alone. We will be together. I mean, like now, yes, last time I was like alone there in Karachi, so I cannot host well to my own love. It's like something. It's not a regret because I'm growing continuously and I'm
Yeah.
learning from my mistakes. So uh, it's like next time if I have to host someone, I'm preparing myself for that I should be ready to get them connected with different ministries, whether that's government, whether there's institutions like big universities, or where they can go, or arts or cultural. uh, um, um, we have like huge arts and where uh, academies where they teach you about arts and culture of the province. So now what I'm doing, I'm connecting with those ministries, so that if tomorrow if someone is like Lake, or if Anna wants to come back to see Pakistan again once again, I should be ready to get you guys connected with the right
I'm look
people, so you can
I'm looking for around like maybe June, like what will be summertime for us here. I'm looking to leave by the time Texas starts cooking because it's going to be like a pot of boiling water where I live, and I don't want to be here when it gets like that.
It's very hot here in Punjab, especially in June, July. But yeah. I mean,
But there's something about the excitement of being somewhere else. I could go,
yes,
like, so for example, I don't like the cold, but if I get up and go to New York right now, I won't act like I would if I walked outside and it was cold. I don't know what it is about me that just, like I said, travel makes me feel so alive that,
I
like,
understand.
when I'm hanging out in Dubai, I'm not thinking about the heat. All I think about is I'm in Dubai. I'm about to go outside. I'm going to go boating. I'm doing things that I never ever do. The last time, no, not the last time I was there. The first time I went to Dubai, I found myself in an opportunity where I was able to charter a yacht with two other ladies from Belgium, and it was just the three of us that showed up. So we had the whole yacht with three concierge to ourselves, and so the mom, she's like, I think I'm gonna go for a swim. And I'm like, you gonna jump in that water? And I'm thinking, because me from America, I'm just like, I'm not jumping in the ocean and there's sharks in there. Because we're like out in the middle. And so before I knew it, I'm like, I tell the concierge, here, hold my phone and get this one time, because I'm only gonna do this one time. And I jumped in the Persian Gulf, and I just, to this day, I almost can't believe that I did it. The water was so salty, it burnt my eyes, but it's just like, who was that? I want to say it was Michelle that said, like, when in Rome, do as the Romans do, or something like that. Like, I still hold true to myself, but no, it was not Michelle, it was Pravika. Thank you, Pravika. She said, in Rome, do as Romans do. Local is
Purvika
local,
Anand,
while visiting different
she is writing a book named Mistake. She's an author. She is writing a book, and I was so impressed by her book name. She says, "Azara, my book name is Miss Take," and I'm like, "Wow, this is like Miss Take."
Yeah, yeah. Chinyeri, feel free to jump in. I don't like feeling like I'm leaving you out of the conversation. I'm such a conversationalist. And I've been talking to Zahar for so long that it's so easy for me to get caught up. But absolutely jump in. Feel free. I understand that the natural way of LinkedIn, especially from an audio room standpoint, is to push mute, then this person go, then this person go, and then this person go. But to me, that's not natural. I'm not. I have worked in corporate. I've worked for Ford Motor Company. I've worked for AT&T, and there's a reason that I'm not there. I like living in the real world with real people in live time doing real things. And so although I've done speaking engagements, I prefer to be considered a conversationalist because it's just more natural. And it's like, I'm looking forward to hosting people on my YouTube, if just conversations with Coach K, where when I do take phone calls, they're recorded. And so I've already told the people that are very close to me, like, if you want to talk to me, you're going to have to go live so that I could at least monetize the things that I'm doing. So I don't mind having free conversations, but it's like, let's put it on YouTube, because people are not having enough conversations, of real conversations of where we really are, how we're really trying to help each other, but yet what can we do together to pull both of us out of there, right? And so, like, when I think about the conversation that you and I are having right now, I like the idea of, I'm in the middle of pitching corporate here in America. And so I'm restructuring my proposals to go for corporate. That's the reason that I'm not promoting one-on-ones with anybody, because I can put individuals in a group and we can help each other, and I could have special things for people. But the idea is to take my whole group and say, hey, if I get this contract with this international business company, I can't handle this by myself. I need people to be able to handle this. I am specifically looking to outsource most of my work, like 98% of it, if I can help it, because my role as a director requires that. I can't direct and do the stuff down here, not when I have people in my community that specialize in that. It just doesn't make sense for me. And so if I'm able to get something landed over there in the Middle East, I already have a 1 year report with you. I already have this buildup. So for me, it would only make sense to say, okay, Zahar, I'm coming to your country, and you already let the cat out the bag that you're single with no kids. I'm going to need a translator and some security. let's go get
Well,
out in
you definitely don't need any security over here as far as Zarar is concerned, because it's my own hometown where my father, where my ancestors, and I have like thousands of cousins here. Not thousands, I mean, sorry, hundreds of cousins here, but then their children, and then their children, and then their children, and then their children.
Well, that's what
And
I
there are
mean. They don't know me, so I need to be able to say I'm with Zahar.
exactly. I mean,
Then I get
you are with
immediate
Zarar.
family.
Yes, and then what I learned, because we all are learning from our mistakes, and to connect with the right people, right companies, and right communities. And like if you're enthusiast about language, if you want to teach something about language, for example, if you have a language course and you want to introduce it to different universities. So and what I can see that Coach K is a coach, right? She is a coach, definitely a coach, a
Oh
mentor
yeah.
as well. So if you know that you can go to some university and drop your session for like 40 minutes, 45 minutes there in front of all class, well, you have done your job. That's it. And you know, people, and then your friend like Zarar will be recording all the session for you to make your portfolio more stronger, that you have done some international coaching right there in Pakistan. So if I could be like, if any help, I'm always available. Like I
Let's
said, we
let's
can make
let's
some
try to
plan.
let's set up a one-on-one to do something individual, like you and I. Let's brainstorm this week. Let's get on each other's calendar and see what we can come up with that we can put out for like the summertime, and we could put realistic goals to it and make it make sense,
Really
because this is what this new era of life is about. For me, it's just like really living my dreams. It's one thing to dream, and
love you, Coach K. I can
I love
definitely
you
resonate
too. I
because this
love
is
you
so much.
too.
Thank you.
It's a
And
pleasure.
just get ready your portfolio, get ready your courses you want to introduce. We can have a one-on-one call. We can talk about it. We can discuss about it. We can go in more deep, like where we can plan your trip more properly before anything.
That,
And
and I want to
and
build your pay. I want to build your pay into my pricing. So what I'm looking to do is, you already told me what you need and what you're capable of, and so what I'm looking to do is I'm going to price it out to make sure that I can pay for whatever your pay is going to need to be for this, for what I need help with. We're just going to include it in a proposal, and all we need is one person to do the big one. And once I'm there, I can pitch and do a little tour, and hopefully, God willing, you can make your 1 year salary while I'm there and be able to enjoy your family for the rest of the year.
I'm
That's how
sorry,
you make a dream come true.
but lately I was connected with a lady named Ghazala Khan, and she is from Islamabad, and she works for government of Pakistan, and she is a they introduced something new, that is TVET, like training, vocational, educational training, something like that, where they host people from, like we have like tourists coming from all over the world, and we have the um, we have the tallest mountain here after the Everest, Mount Everest. We have K2 here in Pakistan. So
Yeah.
Pakistan is like one of when you go towards the north side, it's very very beautiful, just like Switzerland. But now I got connected with some government officials who would love to welcome you and would love to engage you in front of for counseling the youth and
Mhm.
empowering women. I'm definitely
Absolutely.
sure if you where you can, I'm sure that you will start enjoying it, because because
I
you will see
already
that so.
enjoy it. I've been a mom for 25 years, and my boys my boys are so grown and gone that it is weird to me that kids don't need me. It's so weird to me that my kids don't need me. But my 20-year-old, he teaches as well. He teaches like a STEM course, and so he may be coming with me as well. But I I like I love what I do. Like, one of the things that I probably asked the most, especially when people find out how old I was when I had my first son, because I had my first son at 13 years old. So I've been a mom for most of my life. And so I never looked at it as a job though. Like, helping people is who I was created to be. And so for lots of years, I actually walked in shame because of what people said versus what I did. And when I look back, I did a dang good job. I did a phenomenal job. I'm so proud of each and every one of my boys that it's like, let me show you my sons. You can see my work, my walking work. They're amazing humans that respect women, respect people, respect other males. They don't have any children. Like, they helped me in breaking the family cycle, which was what my biggest goal was breaking generational cycles of trauma and struggle. And I can proudly say I did that. I did that. I wondered if I did it. And then last night, as I was preparing for this show and realizing how much I forgot who I was, I go on my Instagram, which I have my Instagram open, and I'm going to add that to the comments so people can take a deeper look as if to who I am, because I don't want to be like, oh, I don't want to come across like, oh, because I love God, I'm like, I think I'm holier than thou. Like, I'm on a work. I'm a work in progress. I'm on this journey. I'm getting better every day. I cuss people out a lot less, but those words are still there. Thanks to Chinyeri, I'm substituting some of my words, but they still there in the right situation. But I understand how important it is, just coming from the cycle I just left, not even talking about all the other things I've overcome. The cycle of, since I met you, I've been homeless, I've been starving, I've been homeless again. I lost a husband, I lost my I didn't lose. He's not dead, but I'm going through a divorce. My goddaughter that everybody knows me for, she's gone back to her biological family. So I've had so many changes in this process that I'm so far from perfect, but I know I still serve a perfect God that allows me to still pour into myself and give to other people. And it's like, I want to show people, I'm so adamant about showing people how to actionably live out your dream from where you are, because I maybe have $9 in my account right now. I'm not ashamed of any of it. It's gonna come. It's gonna come. It's already on the way. Me having these lives and letting people know who I am and what I do. All I need is one person to see me. I need one person to say, you know what, I'm gonna take a shot on her. I'd love to have her. And just like that, overnight, my life and your life can both be changed, because I can't afford to hire a full-time person in America. Hands down, my closest network are all overseas. The people that are willing to help me, the people that are willing to understand that it's a partnership, they're not here in America for me right now.
You're such a blessing.
I gotta get things done.
You're such a blessing. The two official languages here, which are spoken here in the most on the government side or in the institutes, as that's for the first language is the national one, that's Urdu, and the second one is English. So I'm sure that definitely you will you will rock, because everybody knows English here. Even if you go to some small little mart or some small little stall who's selling some bananas or oranges, and they will start talking to you in English. So it's so easy to connect with people and make your brand boom.
And like, one thing that I know about Pakistan, Palestine, Middle East, India, with the amount of people, like, this is what I've learned from travel. when you go to people and you show them love and they know you serious, they show up for you. They show up in ways like I never thought, like, I'm like into Bollywood films and stuff like that. And so I watch Nollywood, I watch Bollywood. I'm into just learning because these are the people that I'm communicating with on a day-to-day basis, especially on LinkedIn. I don't want it to just be what can you do for me. I don't desire those types of relationships. Like, I want to say, did you see this movie that just came out in your country? And you like, wait, what? How do you know about it? I love doing that to people. Like
we have Lollywood here. Like in India is on your side is Bollywood, right? No, it's Hollywood.
Hollywood.
On India is Bollywood, and we have Lollywood.
Lollywood. Okay. I'm gonna ask my friend about it. I used to work so, and he told me, and I keep forgetting, and I feel so bad because I always mix up Pakistan and Palestine because they're like neighboring countries. But
we have, like, let me tell you something. We have the longest border. The longest border is India and Pakistan. That is almost 700 kilometers in the Punjab, where I am right now, across borders. And I have all cousins living. And I have all cousins living right on the borders, and we are on the border right now in Lahore. Lahore, this city is the capital of Punjab, this province, and has population of almost 20 million people. And Punjab's population is 70 million people, and the longest border is India and Pakistan, and then we have on one side is Afghanistan, and on one side is Iran, and so we are like surrounded with and we are in the center, and on one side is China, so we are in the center.
I'm so looking forward to this. Like, I can see my dream coming true. Because
amen.
I'm definitely looking to switch time zones. I'm in the wrong time zone right now. Chinyeri, how are you? We got you up late, and I'm happy that you're
yeah.
How are you?
Yes, I'm still here because you say? How are you? I'm very well, thank you. I'm just enjoying myself here. I'm listening to all you're saying, and I'm enjoying the conversations. And all the story that Zara has been giving, all the testimonies, and I think you got to get your story out there and let more people hear it, because it's something that people can take from and build themselves. I didn't know this part of your story, because I've seen you in Angelica's room, but you didn't tell this story. So, but saying your story here, it's an encouragement. So thank you for telling your story.
Thank you. I wanted to make sure. Hello, everyone. Can they hear us?
Hello.
That spread looks amazing. Zahar, put me through the phone for dinner time.
I'm in the cousin's house, so we're just like enjoying all of it together.
I love it. I love it. And Michelle, I want to say thank you to Michelle. Michelle has been saying so many encouraging things. I'm able to see her comments come through from Annie's YouTube. And so I want to make sure that I am shouting you out. I've gotten some really amazing, we both have gotten really amazing comments from LinkedIn. Lo said, so interesting. You can make another episode of it. I want to say hello to Sandra, Pervika, Maria. And I said to Dr. Marcia, who is absolutely amazing. I've listened to some of Dr. Marcia's rooms when I first came on, and is that rain? Oh wow. Okay, I didn't know it was supposed to rain today. I didn't know what this noise was. But Dr. Marcia, follow her if you haven't already. She's a really, really, really amazing spiritually led woman of LinkedIn that gives away a lot of valuable information that's really essential for the mental. And so I've personally been to her rooms. I'm looking for invites for new rooms because I want to be a lot more intentional about the people that are showing up. So if you're here and you have a room coming up, an audio live or anything like that, please drop it in the chat so that we can show up to support you, because it's rooms like this, it's testimonies, it's advice that is being given out that we want, that other people here need, number one. But to just be able to have she's in the chat, Michelle. She's on the chat and on LinkedIn. If you are able to connect with her, her name is Dr. Marcia, and it says a leader like you. It's next to her name in terms of, yeah, she's on LinkedIn. She's on LinkedIn, so that's perfect. And so I really want to, like, of course, I want you guys to join my private community, but I also want you guys to connect amongst yourselves to see just how Zahara and I were able to, like, work out something. You never know who you're able to collaborate with if you don't show up for them, if you don't have a conversation with them, because there's so many, what is that? Oh, okay, that's JB. It's okay, Michelle. I'll send it to you on, if you can connect with me on LinkedIn. Can you I was telling everybody about Dr. Marcia, and Michelle that's in your YouTube comments was saying that she wasn't for sure who Dr. Marcia was, and so I was going to try to connect her to follow Dr. Marcia. She said that she's only on YouTube right now for some reason.
No, Michelle's on LinkedIn. And then Michelle on LinkedIn. So connect with her on LinkedIn and then connect them in a group chat.
Okay, there we go.
That's the easiest way to do it.
I don't know who Michelle is. I don't know if I'm connected.
Michelle, okay. I'll connect you to on LinkedIn. Then you can work it out from there, right?
She said, "Any is my eyes." Yeah, I was just letting her know about it. It wasn't anything in particular. I was just reading the comments and shouting out the people that have left some really nice comments and just letting people know what they're doing. But we're actually going to get ready to wrap up. We're at like 2 hours. I thought we were going to do an hour today,
3 hours. 3 hours. We're going towards 3 hours. What do you mean 2 hours?
Oh my God. I will say, I said it the last show, but I'm going to say it again. Annie and I have a book coming out on networking, and I mentioned the room, the other. Goodness gracious, I mentioned the other live that we're doing, but we also have a book on networking coming out that I'm very excited about, because I really was not planning to do anything with a book anytime soon, but I do see the value in it. I see the value of becoming an author. I see the value in any. And as long as I don't have to write it, I'm okay. Like, so if you guys are into, like, looking to convert your lives or your rooms into something, he's a really great person to connect with. I love writing, and I am a writer. If you can't tell, I write on mirrors. I'm one of these people that every mirror in my house has been, every mirror from this point over has been wrote on. I don't write on that side because that's my son's side of the house. So I don't want to, like, invade his space. But my room, my bathroom, my office, I just grab a dry erase marker, write on stuff, and then I transfer it to paper to organize it. But I'm full of ideas, so I couldn't do anything but create this online communities, so that if I'm sharing ideas or giving away strategies, I want to give it away to I want to give these strategies to people that I know and believe will use them. Otherwise, I'm just, like, wasting my breath and losing oxygen, or I'm just on the phone telling people information that's never going to listen to it. And so that's one of the things that I'm looking to change. I actually want to go around the stage real quick, since Annie says we're going a little longer anyway, and ask not necessarily from a New Year's resolution perspective, but just what's something that you're looking to improve or do differently. Like, and as an example, for me this year, I've always been an extremely intentional person, but this year I'm honing down on my time management a little bit better. I'm being proactive about my time management. I'm just going to be honest. My time management sucks sometimes because I'm so used to that's not true. I'm not used to living an unstructured life. The last 2 years I have been living an unstructured life. So I'm looking to place the structures that work for me back into my life and to infuse them with things that I am able to monetize. I think monetization is like my word for this month. That's an English word that we all may want to look into learning, because there are so many things that we do for free right now that you could just continue to do those things and just monetize what you're already doing. So for me, it's going to be time management and monetization. Annie, we're going to start with you. Not a New Year's resolution, but is there something that you are looking to improve?
Resolution. So
I know.
Right. So no, my thing is, someone just put in Michelle put in a comment, life suckers. I need to get rid of the suckers in life. I need to get rid of the time wasters, the jokers. I think I'll be harsh with them this year. Literally, I'm not going to put up with rubbish from people who are wasting my time.
Yeah.
I will call them out, and I will tell them sorry. No can do.
I'm going to cleanse like a purge to just.
Yeah. No, it might come to that, but then listen, I've got some lovely friends, so I'm just not willing to spend another year dealing with jokers, scammers. I got a room on Wednesday talking about fraudsters on LinkedIn. But and that's just
is that the one? Are you doing that with Paulette? Because I had a conversation with her about something about that recently.
Hopefully, she will join. Of course, but everywhere I look, there's examples. I won't call it stories. I call it examples of people who are jokers, people who are defrauding people on LinkedIn, lying, masquerading, and just it gives me a headache, because the people that they are harming are my friends, really. So I'm just not gonna have it.
The thing is, it's like, I know I was here for a year before I would even say what I exactly did or what I do, because people would inbox me like, well, what do you do? You're not selling anything. What are you selling? And for the whole last year, I kept saying, well, I'm just trying to I just want people to get to know me, and I want to see who people are. And I think that by far that was probably the wisest thing I did, coming onto this platform and opening up the way that I did, because I think sometimes, and I'm not saying that people are not scamming, because some people's job is to just scam, but I also think that sometimes truth out of season can look like a scam, because sometimes people are more ready mentally than they actually are for real, and they'll buy more than
I hear you on that one. Look, someone messaged me yesterday, and it wasn't Leah. Was it Leah? Possibly. No, it was Lydia. If a man has to do something to survive, is that scamming? Yes. We know what's right. We know what's wrong. You can't lie and say that's not a lie, right? You can't take some money and not provide a service and tell me that's not a con merchant's job. You can't masquerade as one thing and be something else.
Yeah. I said scammers definitely exist, so I'm not giving anybody a pass for I'm not giving anyone a pass for manipulating someone. But I am saying that there are some people that mislead, thinking they could do something because it appears easy when they see someone else do it. and they like, oh, that's easy enough. I can do it. I'll just tell them I can do it and take their money. And that is where it becomes a scam, you know.
That's a scam. That's a scam in itself, right? You know, I'm saying
it is. But
no,
that's also, I think too, because I got when I was homeless earlier last year, I didn't do my due diligence on the person I gave money to help me find a place, and I got scammed. And so I also have to take a certain level of responsibility to say, you know what, it's for me to do my due diligence before just jumping into any kind of relationship with anybody. Like I learned that lesson learned from my marriage. There's my life lesson and life story and life lesson for today. That sometimes you could think you know a person via what they say, but it's what they do that makes a person who they are at the end of the day, right? And so we want to do a better job at vetting people, because when the time comes to do business, because this is not like about personal relationships necessarily, but when we enter a relationship, we live in a time where you can't take people at face value, especially on a platform that's designed to curate money. We have to be patient and actually do our due diligence to see if this person can do what they said they could do. Like I feel 10 times more comfortable entering a business relationship with you this year than I did when I first met you, and not because of anything you've done, but I've gotten to get to know you. I've seen you produce. I know people that's worked with you. And so I know who you are now. I feel confident in saying this is who Any is and this is what he does. But I didn't jump in relationship with nobody when I got on this network, because everybody's looking for something, and most people are not being honest about what it is they're looking for. Or sometimes I know you and we've had conversations because you like friends, and it's like, I do see you as a friend, but you know, we here for business. That's what we on LinkedIn for. We ain't on Facebook. And I always get somebody's gonna be in my inbox later saying, well, that sounds harsh. And it's like, it also sounds like reality, because
I think there are persistent offenders.
Yeah, but that means you can't do business with them. They're not forcing it.
Right. Now, then the persistent offenders, I think, because we're not calling out the people and their behaviors. I think we need to call out the behavior so people are more aware and at least know what they're looking for and what they ought to look out for. And they also need to know who to look out for.
Yeah.
This is my thing, you know, and I'll do what I can to alert people. And maybe people also need to learn how to respond. You know, someone's harassing you, someone's DMing you to death with abuse, with harassment.
That sounds like people need to know how to block. That's not how to respond.
They don't. But say block is one thing, but then when you block, what happens next?
Nothing.
You need to block and report that they get kicked off LinkedIn. Full stop.
Yeah, like if it's some cruel and unusual stuff, you block and report. But if it's like, for example, like I said, someone got my number and tried to chat me up on WhatsApp, I just shut it down. I'm not going back and forth with you. I'm not engaging in anything with you. I'm going to tell you what it is and what it ain't. Because if you took the liberty of doing all this work to get to me on WhatsApp, but you didn't take the liberty of booking a service, you're not serious about nothing if you listen to me talk.
I agree.
That's such a bad idea. Like, people have to be accountable for doing their due diligence in terms of because a relationship cannot exist with just one person. You have to agree to enter into it. And so it's like, I'm so slow to enter in relationships with people that it took me 40 years to be like, okay, 39 years to be like, okay, and 3 months to be like, I don't. I figure it out real quick and be like, I thought, but no, and I'm out. And then I just remove myself. And it's not about bashing the other person. It's not about outing them about none of that, because my purpose is not to go around. And I'm not saying that anybody else shouldn't do this. I'm just clearly some sort of nerve or trigger or something got hit. But But it's like my business is to mine my business, like it's a Bitcoin or something. That's how deep in my bag of business I'm trying to get this year, is to like mining it to where if one something's produced, we're talking 80,000. But I can't do that trying to mine somebody else's business. So if people are being disruptors in a not good way, block, moving on.
You see, but look, last time I say is I want to hear from Chinua. Don't forget, I got to play your 10-minute video. I couldn't put 11 hours. You can have maximum 10 minutes on here.
That's fine. That's
anyway,
fine.
Look, I think in a network, we have a duty to tell the other members who to watch out for. I say that again.
Yeah.
In networking, I always I learned very quickly in doing social media marketing, that if you break the trust, whatever you call that, whether that's not delivering, that's taking someone's money, not refunding money, not paying someone, blah blah. You know what I mean? So a whole host of things we could do, right?
Yeah.
So if you behave like that in a physical network, you are ruined. And I always tell people, don't go back. There's no point going back, because once they start talking about you behind your back, you're screwed, right? Michelle calls it gossip. No, I think it's there's gossip and there's fact based on evidence.
Yeah.
I think we have a duty to share the facts with each other.
Yeah.
I don't
It's the experience. It's like a review, though. Because you can go on that person's profile and literally write your experience in your review, so that people that are looking to do business with them, like everybody,
come to my show on the Wednesday. Come and share your lesson that we can learn from you about how you were scammed. I'll say that you'll be amazed the things that happen on this platform.
I hear a lot of it. I just don't engage with it, because if it's not for me, I don't let my attention go there, because it's like, I do agree that it should be known that if someone that's portraying like, hey, you want to think twice about working with this person because this is what my experience with them was. I don't disagree with that at all. I just can't see me giving a whole lot of time to destroying someone else because it's taken away from my building of self. And so when I hear things like that, because LinkedIn tends to, like, there have been several situations that sound so high school for baby boomers, that I was just like, let me get up off of here, because if this is what we doing all the time, it needs to happen. And I'm not saying that it shouldn't, but it's just like, even in my darkest hour, I couldn't think to ask God to do anything negative to my worst enemy. I just won't deal with their ass. Like, really. Like, because when you go out and you deliberately cause harm, or what do you call it? It's an M word. When you're just like, shoot, what is the word?
It's a misogynist.
No, not misogynist. When you're like manipulation of knowledge to get people to pay you, which is a scam. There's a horrible karma attached to stuff like that I know that person would see. And it's like, you probably can't see it. Yeah, malice is another good one, Michelle. I have this equation that I wrote on my mirror the other day, and it definitely is not showing. But there is a line that shows, like, when something happens, you have two choices to make, and you can make a good decision or a bad decision. And in the middle, it's kind of like there's a consequence to every action, right? And so just for me, I'm not saying that this is what you should do, but for me, it's like I could handle it myself. And I know exactly how to handle it in a non-violent way to get a lot of movement done if I was to go that route, because I'm not corporate, but I can definitely get corporate to get stuff done in a way that make everybody I want to move very fast. All I gotta do is go legal. But I can also take a step back, try to address the purpose and see what's going on. Why did this happen after I gave you this money? Because right now, God is my witness. I got somebody that owes me $20,000. I gave this man 20,000 cash to do some coaching that he did not perform. And people were upset when I got scammed out of 2,000. When I got homeless last year, that was a $2,000 scam. I couldn't even think about it because I'm like, 2,000 is a drop in the bucket to what I've really got for that even, that even got me in the situation where I can't write myself a $2,000 check from a different account. The person that I had the $20,000 coaching issue with, I right to this day I'm sitting back. Matter of fact, I'm probably going to send him this as a YouTube when we get finished to tell him that I did this just for him. Me not taking action the way, okay, so let me not lie to you because the truth will always come to light. Plus, I got my visionary mother on the screen, so I'm gonna just be honest. I did show up. I did show up when this man first scammed me. I put on my Louis Vuitton sneakers and jumpsuit, and I flew all the way to New Jersey, and I showed up. And I arrived to like a 6'4" Italian guy and was ready for whatever whatever time he was willing to be on. That's the exact time. That's the time zone I was in when I landed. Fortunately enough, when I got there, he immediately tried to start making things right. He didn't do a $20,000 job good enough to make it right, but he did enough to calm me down for the moment. And because I just said, I'm going to stick a pin in it and deal with it later, I got a call from another woman that he scammed out of about the same amount or more that said 7 of my brothers are lawyers. And he's not going to keep doing this because she felt fed up the exact same way you feel fed up. So I'm not saying that stuff shouldn't be done, but I'm saying there's so many ways to do it that, like, because for me, I just like, I'm going to get this to God because the way I want to punish you really would hurt myself. Therefore, let me go over here, pray about it, focus on what I need to focus on, and karma is going to find you. And my God, 3 years later, I get this call that's like, oh, ICE, the FBI, and not like this guy will never, ever, ever be able to scam another person, not just my friends. He's never going to be able to scam another person when the law is done with him. And his not only will be a price to pay for him, everybody connected to him are gonna have to answer for the things that he's done, not just to me, but everybody that he did it with. Because if I go after him my way, I might protect myself and I might be able to protect other people that I know that would have paid him money. Now he won't be able to scam another soul. And so that's why I say like blocking and reporting. Like I'm with all of that, but I feel like if you put so much energy into making sure somebody else, if you become the law, so to speak, of this, then what is it taken away from you, or how is it helping? Like unless you do about it.
It's not meant to help me. It's meant to protect my community. Too many of them are being harmed by the same people.
Yeah. Like I think you could create a list too. Like do the room and then still do an ebook of scammers to be aware of LinkedIn.
I think Paulette intends to do monthly, check-ins where the people can bring the issues that the things they've experienced. And my one on Wednesday, I'm more interested in the live events. And
I'll come in.
So literally, I'm more interested in knowing what do our community think we should do about these people. So I hear what you're saying.
It's also an idea too, where if people could ask, since you've been here for a long time and you guys have had the luxury of working with so many different coaches, like, hey, I'm about to work with this person. Can you give me advice on working with this? But like, let people know that you're a safe place to ask questions about your experience before they work with someone, especially new people. Oh, yeah, I like that.
This is part of the conversation. References checked. Where reference it before investing in sizable amounts. I think, if someone comes to you and says, right, Coach K, I'm thinking of working with Jim Smith, right? Random person, of course, right?
Yeah.
What advice would you give me? No, would you give them a reference?
I would
Now,
say no,
you
but
know
you
the
say
truth,
if you work with that person before, you just tell the truth. You
right?
say either I haven't worked with that person before, or when I work with that person, this
Right.
was my experience with them. And I also know that this person worked with that person. So check with them before
Right.
you work with them and get a couple more points of reference of people that have, because it can be a checks and balance system for the community.
You got YouTube. You got LinkedIn on. You got LinkedIn on. I can hear LinkedIn. Okay. Okay. No, look, we'll talk now. So this is the whole point of Wednesday. Let's talk about it and let's find a way forward.
I got you.
Yeah, right. Talk to us. I think what's Michelle saying? A lot of negativity. It's often the projections of their own self-realization to the point of
I agree.
Maybe. Okay. We'll talk about this. I agree. Who's got LinkedIn on?
Yuri, I think that's yours.
That's
yours. I think your LinkedIn
there's LinkedIn.
It's not on. No, it's not on at all.
Okay. All right. What do you want to leave us with, Chinyere?
Come again.
What do you want to leave us
Say
with
it again.
today?
Oh. For what Coach K have rolled out, I am so in support of everything she has rolled out, or her vision for 2025 and beyond, her hopes, her aspirations. I am 100% in support, and I'm going to do everything within my power, by the grace of God, to always be there to make sure, by my prayers, my support, and whatever, to make sure that this goes and these visions come to pass. And then Annie, thank you for always being there for every one of us. Thank you. And I hope also that this year is going to be a big bang and a prosperous one for all of us. Thank you.
I'm in agreement with you.
Yeah, look, I hear you. You know, of course, there's those 4 books I want to publish, Chinyere. You know, there's those 4 books. That's publishing books is my thing, right? So clearly, I want to get.
Yes. I already have on my plan. So as soon as I'm ready, I'll call on you. In fact, it is one. I have it on my board, on my vision board. It's one of number 2 on my vision board is to have you publish my books.
Excellent.
So
I like to enjoy. Look, it's not fair. I'm just connecting people. Well done for being the one that does provide a service that helps people like Coach K, and Michael. So, well done you. So, you're the star, not me. It's fine. You do what you do, and I have a better word thanks to people like you who have a real skill. That's why I always say that builds on what I was just saying. Those who don't have the skill, go away. Time to leave LinkedIn. Anyway, let me stop talking. Zara had his last words, right? Right?
I said we like it when you talk. I do want to say thank you for joining us, Mr. Michael. And I thought I saw
Dr. Leslie.
Dr. Leslie's been giving great feedback.
I see you too. So welcome all of you.
Also, Dr. Leslie said that there's too many mics open when we're starting to get that loud sound. And so I mute myself whenever I hear it. So if we start hearing that, then everybody else like mute except for the person talking, but she said that that's what's causing that loud screechy sound. Before Zahar go really quick, I do want you to play the video because then we can finish up right after that. I wanted to drop, I'm going to have Annie to play one of the coaches that I listen to, that I'll be sharing the links with. I'll be sharing plenty of YouTube links in the private community. This is just one person that I follow for investment purposes. Some of the things that I enjoy talking about and that I plan to have breakout rooms on is spirituality, finance, life, living, wealth. And I plan to partner with different coaches that actually are experts in the designated field. So for some of these, like finance, that's my field, but I still partner with other people. I don't believe in just having one perception of anything. But my background is in finance and financial engineering, networking, sales, all of the above. But things that are important to me is spirituality, health, sales, life, finance. So the person that you guys are going to hear right now is a coach I follow on LinkedIn, because one of the things that I did before I got to Houston that really did well for me was day trading. And because of the accident I had a year ago, things shifted in my brain that caused me to my memory. I struggle with certain things in the memory department, but as I take these classes and teachings, certain things are coming back. And so I know a lot of people are looking for different ways to invest the money that they do have in 2025, including myself. And so one of the things that I intend on doing is going back to the stock market and being in control of my own investments. So it's not any affiliated marketing program where I want you to donate money and bank on other people to trade for you. This is a person that shows you, and it's completely free. He teaches you how to trade for yourself, how to understand stock. And for those that are interested in joining the group, I have 2 different groups that I'm in that they all trade together. They study the trades together. They chart read together. So it's about self-empowering in the finance department. But the message he had to share for the beginning of the year, I thought was gold. And I actually inboxed him on Instagram and to let him know that I'll be sharing it today and that I plan to drop it in the group. It's 11 minutes long. StreamYard would only allow us to share 10. And so this is the coach of the week for me that I want to highlight that's not on LinkedIn, that I'm not actually connected to, but I just want to kind of give flowers to and believe that he's a benefit to most people. And this is his perception and his outlook on life. And some things that he's been going through. So if you can share the video, we'll have our closing remarks right after.
Okay, I've done my closing remarks, right? You know, I want to thank the 2 Michelle Bodenhorn and Michelle.
They were so active. I appreciate both of them. And Dr. Leslie, thank you for joining and commenting. You are Jim. I've been in rooms that you and Annie have hosted, as well as you and Paulette. And so I do want to say thank you for everyone that interacted today. There were so many from YouTube as well as LinkedIn. This event, as the first event of the year for me, couldn't have went better. I'm okay with any mistakes that I've made because I'm learning as I go.
Okay, let's play. Okay. Let's play a video. I was trying to see how many comments. Oh, there's 92 comments, 2 reposts. Okay, we'll take that. Here goes.
This one is for you. Yep, I'm talking to you. Today, guys, I need to make sure you understand that sometimes you got to do it alone. Sometimes you got to do it scared. Sometimes you got to do it even if you don't know what the outcome going to be. Sometimes it is what it is, guys. But guess what? You have been called. God has already put your name on it and said that he has this for you. And so, guys, it's time to stop being scared. It's time to stop holding back. And it's time to go for it. And so in today's video, I want to talk to you guys about the fact that not only will you be millionaires, not only will you see success that beyond your wildest dreams, but guys, anything that you manifest is coming to you. So I need you to understand that right now, guys. God don't play about you. I already know he don't play about me, but guess what? He don't play about you either. And so in today's video, make sure that you understand you are one of those ones. You're his. And when you understand that, guys, there's nothing that nobody can do. Now check this out. As I said from the jump, you got to do it alone if you have to. Sometimes where God is calling you to go, everybody can't come with you. On top of that, they might be talking down about the journey. They might be naysayers behind your back. So sometimes, guys, it's going to be you on the journey all by yourself. Be okay with that. Sometimes you got to do it broke. Sometimes you ain't going to know where your next dollar going to come from. You might have just lost your last dollar, but you got to do it anyway. You got to keep going. Sometimes you're going to be faced with situations that you didn't even know that you could make it through, but because you kept the faith, you got through it. And that's what you need to know. And sometimes you got to do it scared. You might not know how to trade. You didn't grow up learning this. You might not know how to invest. You might not know how to start that business. You might not know how to write that book. You might not know how to do these different assignments they got you doing in these college classes and things of that nature. But guess what? Do it anyway. Okay? Do it anyway. Do it scared if you have to, because guess what? God got you in the end regardless. You need to understand that, okay? Check this out, guys. You got to figure it out. I don't care what it is. You got to figure it out, but you ain't got to figure it out by yourself. You don't have to figure it out all by yourself. This video, if you seeing this, is meant for you, because you are the person that's going to be the generational curse breaker in your family. The things you're going to learn, the things you're going to invest in yourself, the things you're going to pour into yourself is going to make you that one that's going to break all the generational curses that's been played upon your family. It's going to be you that's going to be the ones that break those chains, okay? So I need you to receive this word that I got for you guys today. You are the chosen one. Matter of fact, write that down in the comments below. I am the chosen one. And you need to say it with some conviction. You need to say it and mean it from the heart. You are the chosen one, and don't let nobody tell you differently. Don't let nobody tell you differently. Guys, you got to become the person you need to become so you can accomplish the things that you know you were set out to accomplish. You got to become that person. You have to learn this. You have to be the person that's on top of your game at the workplace, at your job, in your business, in the classroom. You have to become that person. It's time. It's time. Even if you got to do it scared, even if you can't figure it out, even if you don't have all the answers, you have to become that person. Because I'm telling you, the walk by itself, you're going to understand God is walking with you the whole entire time. See, you've been praying for a sign, you've been praying for an answer, and God is speaking to you through this video. You've been praying for a sign, you've been praying for an answer, but God put it on me to make this video just for you. So don't let this message go by. Don't not share it. Don't not watch it. Don't click off, because listen, guys, you sometimes don't know who he sends to pour into your life. You've been pouring into everybody else's cup, but who filling your cup up? You've been doing for everybody else, but who's doing for you? You've been helping everybody else, but who's there to help you when you need it? This is the answer you've been looking for. So listen, guys, I need you to claim this over your life. Write this down in the comments below. I will be a millionaire. You know, you gotta hit them keys hard, or you gotta hit that phone hard. I will be a millionaire. I will be a millionaire. And you gotta claim it. You gotta mean it. Because God don't play about you. God does not play about you. And you need to understand that. Matter of fact, I'm going to make sure you understand it, okay? So listen, guys, today it was just on my heart to drop that word on you. But on the flip side, I need you guys, if I got some prayer warriors watching this video, matter of fact, send this to some prayer warriors, because I need them part of my community. I need them part of my tribe. Send this to some strong praying people, because the devil is at work. I've been at funerals all dang on week. People dying, people doing foolish stuff, people crashing out, family members is going through stuff. And so it's just been nothing but dark clouds and death near me, around the corner. So do me a favor. If you are a prayer warrior or you know some, you say the prayer for your boy, you say a prayer for coach, and you make sure you go get some prayer warriors that you know that can intercede on my behalf. Do that for me. Check this out. If you guys don't follow me already on Instagram, I'm going to always talk about God. I'm going to always talk about my wife. Those are two principles that I stand on. I'm going to stand on that all day. It has slowed my growth on social media. It has kept me from becoming as big as I possibly can become. But guess what? We doing it on God's timing. And God's perfect timing going to make sure I get there anyway. It ain't going to matter. So I'm just letting him order the steps in my life. I'm letting him do the advancing, and I'm just along for the ride, doing everything he's telling me to do, sowing into everybody he's telling me to sow into. When he drops something in my spirit, I'm going out doing it. My only prayer was, God bless me so I can bless others. That's all I ever asked him. Bless me so I can bless others. But long ago, I asked him to expand my territory. Now we just hit 600,000 people. I told him to expand my territory so that I can sow into some guys that need an alpha male speaking into their life. They need a guy whose character is solid speaking into their life. They need a guy who's faithful to one woman speaking into their life. Who needs a guy that's committed in all facets of his life. Spiritually, physically, financially, emotionally. Guys, I asked the Lord to expand my territories, and these are some of the things he did. But now I'm in a season, or at least these last couple weeks, it's just been death and desolation all around me. Okay? And so, again, pray for my wife. Pray for coach. Pray for continued covering. Pray for continued strength, because the devil was working. But guess what? He ain't doing it through me. He's going and get other people that's weak in the faith, that don't believe, that's easy to go to the other side. That's how he's doing it, through my family members, through my loved ones, through my friends, through people that's externally connected to them. You guys get where I'm going with this? And so, again, you have to be in prayer, and you have to keep the people that needs the covering covered. Okay? So, again, do me that favor, guys. I wanted to share that with you. That's what coach has been dealing with behind the scenes, outside of the coaching, outside of the sowing into the young men in the community, outside of blessing others, business owners, now outside of all of that stuff that we do, that I'm sure the Lord is pleased by. We still got all this other mess and mayhem happening as well. So guys, please keep me covered. Please keep me in prayer. But listen, guys, you ain't got to do it alone. You don't have to do it alone. But if you need to, you need to be okay doing it alone. You need to be okay doing it scared. You need to be okay doing it broke. Have you ever been there? If you ever been down to your last and you had to make a way out of no way, let me know down in the comments below. See, this is what, when we talk about being from the trenches and we talk about getting it out the mud, these are the things I'm talking about, guys. Those of us that came from nothing and made something of ourselves. Those that never stopped believing. Those that kept the faith. Those of us that understood that God don't make no mistakes. And no matter what it feel like, he always on time. And so regardless, in the end, you're going to win anyway. So you got to stay plugged into him. You got to stay plugged into him, okay? So this message, I don't know who.
There's your time. Your time's up.
Thank you. That's Coach Chris saying that he's a coach that I follow, that I listen to multiple times a week. He also teaches investments. We share a lot of ideology. One of the things that I want to make sure that I'm absolutely clear about is that it's so important for me in building this community that African Americans have a positive presence. Between being on LinkedIn and traveling the world firsthand, one of the things, like, I've learned so many beautiful things about people in the world. But one of the most unfortunate things that I've learned is the way that African Americans are looked at outside of America, because most people only know what they see on TV or what they've heard, or what do you call it, like hearsay. And so even with myself, I remember coming to LinkedIn, and when I first took the name or announced the name Godmother, I was Godmother of the Streets. I had people inboxing me of what that meant to them, never touching an American street. Like hearing me say Godmother is the streets, and finding out that I was a teenage parent, I had people looking at me or treating me as if I was some sort of prostitute or teenage prostitute or something. And so it's extremely important for me to change the face. I'm sorry, not change the face, change the words around what it means to be Black in America, because there's so many misconceptions about myself as well as my people. It's important for me to put Black men on a pedestal that are out here doing positive things, making positive impacts, going through stuff, and still choosing to be a positive beacon of light, because we do exist. We go through stuff and we still exist. The very thing that I give myself a pat on the back for, which is raising 3 Black sons. As proud as I am of myself and the work that I've done, I realize I raised 3 men that the world ain't even ready for. They don't even know that Black men, like the man that you guys just heard, exist, because that's not what's displayed on the TV. That's not what's displayed on the news. And if I didn't show this right now, most people that are here would have never known that a guy like that exists, that's giving out 6 figures for free to underprivileged youth, or just trying to give back to the community. And so as much as it's important for me to open up the doors for my international community to be welcome into any ventures I have going on that they're a good fit for in America, it's just as important for the people that are abroad to understand that Blacks in America, we need your help too. And so it's not going to be a one-way street in 2025 for me, because I don't want to just be the token Black of my friends. That's because I'm American. I've sat in so many rooms where I'm the person where they're looking at me as if I'm the only Black American that exists, that went through stuff and see life the way that I do. I'm not the only one. I know so many really great people that came from humble beginnings, that pulled themselves up from situations and are out here being positive beacons of light. And if it takes for me to be the first one to go through certain doors to get them in, I expect for that door to go both ways, not just for me to be able to help out others and be this person. I expect to be a bridge and a gateway for people of color and not of color, to say, I understand your mission and I want to be a part of it, because it's not a color thing. But let's just be very clear that people of darker hues often get left out, even in very deserving situations. And I can't go to someone else's business and say, this is how you got to run it. But since I've not been accepted into anybody else's business, I've had headhunters come find me with offers of up to $210,000, saying, based on your name and your resume, we know we need you, until I turn the camera on and they see what color I am or my voice is too Black. So now that I'm here at this point in my life of saying, well, I'm not going to ask anybody else for anything else. I do it myself, and the people that's meant for will join me. I want to make it clear that I'm here for everybody that's a part of creating this world to be a better place for everyone, because I'm a person that believes in what Dr. King says, that an injustice to anyone is an injustice for everyone. And so I want to change that depiction of what it means to be of a darker hue in America, and as well as in other places. I want doors to open for us. And so those are my final thoughts, and I'll let Chinyeri and Zahar, whoever wants to go first, to have their closing remarks. And my other son just walked in. You want to pop your head on here and wave right quick? Oh my goodness, what a boy. What a boy. I thought I could pull that one off. Like, that's the beauty of working with little kids at heart, because they know to just put their head in the camera and be like, hi. Not a 20-year-old. He just
With, you know, helping upcoming minorities becoming leaders. You're amazing, like humble. You're so humble, and but you know we can learn so much from each other. I was watching that video which you shared. Uh, Definitely, I'm looking for this venture where where we can become a part of some community to learn about how to, whether you're a day trader or a swing trader or you're a long trader, where we can learn something. And you know, when I was watching that video and he said, write it down, that uh, because it's all about God, and I'm so much into it, and especially the part of world where I belong from. You know, deep practices here, big communities here, so much here. When So definitely looking forward for this venture where I can be a part of community, where I can learn through some mentors, to master the skill of risk trade management. Definitely, and of course God, being a God warrior, or God warrior, God prayers, or everything, you know, praise, repent, ask, and yield, everything that goes and attached with the God, and then, you know, looking forward for it. Thank you so much, Lake. It was amazing. Thank you, Annie.
All right.
he's gonna stick his head in.
Hey,
Ah, that's it.
This is my
How are you?
that's
yes.
so this is my visionary.
All right. Okay. It's a nice one that we're starting the year like this. To me, it means a whole lot. It's not coincidence at all that I'm starting the first Sunday of the year having this awesome conversation, awesome togetherness with people of like mind. I'm so grateful to God, and I'm so grateful also to Annie, who pulled me out. Oh, God. I'm also grateful to you, Coach K, for being open minded, willing, and you know what the Bible says? The Bible says, that are willing and open minded shall eat the fruit of the land. So you're just about to hit it, and you're going to be glad you do. Thank you so much for bringing me on board, for having me. I'm so glad. Thank you, Zara, for all your testimonies and your godliness. Let me put it that way. Thank you so much, everyone, and everyone in the audience. I appreciate you all.
I mean, I was watching. I was watching. So, uh, somebody mic on it.
Mute your mic, Yuri.
Oh, yeah.
When
Hold
Dr.
on,
King was
Zahar.
saying,
One
yes.
second. I'm so sorry. So because of the stream, I need to just shout out some people really quick, because I didn't realize that my people from Instagram, there's one person, whoever it is on Instagram that's still here, drop it in the chat. But I have to shout out my favorite cousin in Atlanta with ATL Bodywork. So if anybody's in Atlanta, go and get a massage. She tuned in from Instagram. And then also I have good friend of mine.
Instagram gives an hour, and we're 3 hours in, right? Instagram does after the first hour.
Well, no, I wasn't live at the first hour. I did it after I figured it out. It's still live, and so I have a friend that's over TD Pro Pictures. Let me make sure I say it right. TD Pro Pictures. And this young man is in Abuja, Desmond. He did some work for me both times. Did work for the company that I work for when I'm in Abuja, which is an investment bank. And so I dropped my link to my IG there, so you can access him through Instagram if anyone is in Nigeria and needs video or photography work done. He's very, very, very amazing, very professional. He's one of the youth of Nigeria that's out doing positive things. And so if anyone is on Instagram, please connect with him. He's an amazing human being. And so I didn't know that those comments were here and that someone was still there. And we've been going, and I wanted to acknowledge their presence because it does mean just as much to me. So I'm sorry. Go ahead, Zahar.
Just keeping it real short, that this is not a coincidence, like how Dr. King was saying, that we are here for, because it's all decided by him. So of course that's not a coincidence, and I'm definitely looking for this venture because I'm very much passionate about risk trade management, about this trading thing. A friend of mine who is in Dubai, he was like pushing me. He's like, you cannot do anything in properties. You cannot complete your book. You cannot do anything in Otto's learning methodology. Come on, do something about trading. I think you can do something in the trading column. So I'm definitely looking for this venture.
I'm looking forward to it as well. Today was great. I just want to thank everybody one last time for coming out, hanging in here with us for 3 hours. We had a rough start, and I just want people to anticipate being on time and understanding that it may start off rough almost every Sunday until I also understand how to work the controls. But this was an amazing session. Can't talk. This was a very amazing session. I look forward to putting this on YouTube. I got to get the last one put up still as well, Annie. But I'm gonna load this. I'm gonna load this up to my YouTube, and if you're watching the replay, I will have my YouTube in the comments. I'll go in and add it. And so I need 50 subscribers there so that I can actually stream live to YouTube as well. Because when it comes to doing paid advertisement, maybe a month or so from now, I'm looking to dump my paid advertising dollars to YouTube. So I don't have, it's not a secret. So anyone connected to me could benefit from it, but I have to have the ability to go live first. And then we'll take the sessions from LinkedIn, just how we still do it. I still want to host on LinkedIn because I believe this is the best place to actually connect with people for business. But this way, people of the world could actually see who we are and what we're doing, and we all could go so much further together. But in terms of growing in the private community, I'm not looking for a massive amount of people to join right now. I'm looking for the right people. I wrote down something very particular about the type of people that I look to work with and do business with, and then I'll let you go. Let's see. That was because it's like I want to get my wording right, and so I wrote it down. Sorry, guys.
Any salute to you, any salute to you. Standing for like last 3 hours, sir.
Oh, here it is. I know notes everywhere. Thank you, Michelle. I put down, because this was important, titles do not impress me, but people do who care. Who cares about your title if you're a shitty person? And so I'm interested in working with good people. I'm interested in working with people that actually want to be the change they want to see in the world. That's what's important to me. And I'm okay with growing at a slower pace organically if that's what it means. And that's what it takes to have the right people in the room. So I'll close on that note. Thank you again for being here. It's been an amazing ride. And I look forward to the future with you guys.
I look forward to sitting down and maybe having something to eat and have a cup of tea, honestly.
I look so forward to doing that with you in person, Annie.
3.5 hours. Join us again next week. All right, everyone. Zahar, thanks for your kind words, my friend.
Thank you, Zahar. Get in my inbox. We'll set up a one-on-one.
Sir, madam, please.
Okay.
So I'll connect you with Michelle so you can connect Michelle with Dr. Marcia, you said, right?
I want to connect with her as well. Or if you want me to, you can connect it with me and I can do it. But I don't think Michelle's connected with me on LinkedIn. And so I connect me with both Michelle's, and that way when we go, they'll be able to know about it.
Okay, I'm gonna play your favorite song again, and then see you next week. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
If work out how I can send you 3.5 hours of video. That's like
Can I just send you my YouTube login and you just boop and put it when you put yours, put it on mine too?
It's on my YouTube already. So, but it'll take me a day to download this to my computer and then upload it. Yeah, that could be the easiest way, but because trying to send it to you is gonna be.
I was gonna say because it's like since it's saved in your StreamYard, if I gave you, it wouldn't be easy to just like slide it in through if I gave you the details. I don't know how David did it.
I will. No, it's on my. I'll have to download it and then send it to you somehow. I can send it to.
We transfer.
No, too big. 7 gig. Yeah, it's not 2 gig. Okay. These are big files, huge files. Okay. Yeah, that's what happens when so literally we'll find a way. I might send it on Google Drive.
Okay.
You have to download it very quickly.
Okay.
Okay. Bye everyone. Enjoy.
Bye.
Enjoy.
Thank you, Annie.
That's all right. Media. Bye everyone.
Second of your time. I could tell you stories about my life. I've seen hope and I've seen struggle through these eyes.
Yeah.
So give me just 1 second of your time.
1 second to let it breathe. Just a second is all I need. When you're questioning everything you've believed and you're fighting with the devil in your dreams. 1 second, just let me be. Let it pour, let it rain, let it bleed. Heavy is the head, but the pressure makes you heave. So you bill it, cause the spirit of depression never sleeps. And I am not the poster boy for mental health. I need peace of mind, I need to center self. The cover of the enemy, that shit made me resent myself. There's people trying to spread the word and people that pretend to help. But how am I complaining when I'm blessed? I get this guilty feeling on the days I'm at my best, when all these demons that I carry get to messing with my head. So could you give me just a second just to get off my chest, please?
Of your time, I could tell you stories about my life. I've seen hope and I've seen struggle through these eyes. So give me just 1 second of your time.
Lie. 1 second to recollect. Just a second is all I get. I can't tell where I'm heading, I'm out of breath. All these early premonitions of my death. But I knew he had a plan. Lord knows I'ma do it if I can. When I take a stand, they say I'm ruining my brand, but I could never give a fuck, that's just my duty as a man. So if I go on stage at Bricks and tell the PMG's a bitch, then that's exactly what it is, and I don't want no bloody stripes for it. Mummy always said if there's a cause, then I should fight for it. So yeah, I understand, but I don't think that I'm alright with it. Like, yeah, cool, I get it. Yeah, I know I said it, but there's people fighting every day and they don't get the credit. But it's cool, man, it's just one of the stresses in my mind. To get this off my chest, I need a second of your time, please.